I did invite everybody else, see if they'll pop in. Um, but yeah, the move to Florida is costing us like $7,000. So
Woo.
yeah, I'm not gonna pay you for this episode. So
That's fine.
if you gotta
That's
leave
fine.
at any time, just let me know.
No, that's fine. That's fine.
Yeah, I mean, just I know, like Dizek said, he's grateful for the opportunity, but like either way, you don't have to pay me, and like you said the same thing.
Yeah, that's
Uh,
fine.
so I appreciate that, because I don't have all the money in the world, and neither does my dad. He's not gonna
Yeah.
pay for everything I do. Um, so let's see. I was watching this live. This is Cena on Pat McAfee.
Ah,
I haven't seen the full thing. We can go back to this because I got some other shit we got to talk about.
sure, sure.
All right, so I've been watching a lot of Stevie Richards recently.
Oh, there's a man with some wrestling knowledge.
Yeah, he's got some wrestling knowledge for sure. This video why WWE in 2025 is total shit.
Oh, I I love wrestling, but I have to agree. I mean, I know some of it is because of their concussion protocols. They're toning down the hard hitting action. Because if you ever notice with chair shots anymore, it's either in the back or in the legs. They never go for the head.
Yeah, that's the evolution that we're at because of the times we're in. Everyone's so afraid to.
Yeah, they're afraid of another Chris Benoit situation or
Yeah, man, they don't want to get their head scrambled.
yeah,
Um,
same way with pro football. They keep changing all the rules for tackling.
yeah,
And
that's so stupid too, man. I was explaining the new rules to my dad because he's like, I don't really get them. Compare like, how is that not a tackle? Why is that roughing the passer? And I was like, because you can't put too much weight on the quarterback.
yeah, and that's to me that's stupid. I mean,
Yeah, it's like the guy weighs 300 pounds.
you can't. He's not going to stop on a dime.
Yeah, even if he tries the gator roll off of you, like it's not.
Yeah.
It's football, man. So in this video, they're basically reading comments and they give their takes. So let's read this comment together.
Okay.
It
Agreed.
says, as a 39-year-old, I have to agree with Bret to an extent. He's talking about Bret Hart.
Oh yeah, I seen that interview.
The guys I grew up watching throughout the 90s in terms of the ring did the basics, the fundamentals a lot better than modern wrestlers. Modern
Yep.
wrestlers can do more complicated shit in the ring. Don't get me wrong, but the basics are shoddy and the timing is often terrible.
Yeah.
Not to mention selling being virtually non-existent now.
Oh yeah, yeah. I definitely noticed that in a lot of matches. Let's see. Case in point, there was a Nia Jax match that I watched one time where she was going to do her female version of the Banzai drop.
Yeah.
And the opponent was supposed to move out of the way, and she never moved. So Nia landed on her, didn't look down, and realized, I'm like, oh hell, I'm sitting on somebody. And the referee was kind of like looking up, looked over at the camera, and then made the 3 count real quick.
Right. And that was normal for Yokozuna. That was normal. Like,
yeah.
And now they can't even do the bonsai drop right because it's too dangerous.
And like I said, it's just poor acknowledgement placements, what I call it.
Yeah, ring IQ. Like the Lyra Valkyria versus Becky Lynch match in SummerSlam recently.
Yeah.
That was so bad. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And both of them are fast, strong, athletic, but they don't have any chemistry. There was no storytelling there.
No.
There was just
it was hideous. I mean,
it was a choreographed, like every spot was way too choreographed, way too telegraphed.
Yeah.
And go ahead.
Same way with Cena and Brock Lesnar. I figured Lesnar was going to kick his ass, but the way he did it, he made it look like a practice match, behind the scenes, a sparring match.
Yeah.
And I was like, what, what the hell? I mean, at least give Cena a chance to fight back a little bit. I mean, after all, this is his retirement tour.
Yeah, I think squash matches are also stupid, and
Yeah,
just because
and you're not putting Lesnar over doing this because we already know he can squash people.
right.
And same way, what really upset me was I was hoping Cena was going to retain the Intercontinental title and lose it on Saturday night's main event. That'd be so much better for the industry. Pass it on to a younger wrestler and put the guy over. That way you go out both a loser and a winner. You lose the match, but you're putting a guy over and you keep the business going. So that makes you a winner.
Sure. You think they're going to cut off Cena's retirement speech like they did to Goldberg? When Goldberg was talking and they went to credits?
I'm wondering.
I wonder if, because Cena's kind of more, in terms of status, he's a lot more.
Yeah, he's higher up than Goldberg.
Because
I mean, I'm not knocking Gunther, and I figured it's going to be a knockdown drag out, but the only key is would they actually let Gunther win after a long match? Because this match should go 45 minutes. Like, see, Cena and AJ Styles, that would have been the perfect, very last Cena match.
That was the real last Cena match, I think.
Yeah, that was the best match I'd seen in the last 6 months.
Yeah, me too. That was great.
And I just don't see Gunther. I mean, he's good. I'm not totally knocking him, but
I don't know. Is he the guy for the next 10 years of the business?
I mean, yeah, he's a throwback to wrestlers of the 50s, 60s, and early 70s because he reminds me of Killer Kowalski.
But Gunther and LA Knight, they could fight in any era.
Yeah.
They're just over because of their in-ring ability, cadence. And this is the thing with this this comment right here. I just want to say really quick. For example, guys like Javon Evans, let's see, Austin Theory maybe, though I think Austin Theory is better in ring IQ.
Yeah.
Because there was a spot he had with Randy where it was almost a botch and like he turned it into a RKO or like a I don't even know what you call it. What is DDP's move?
Oh, that was the
cutter.
Diamond cutter.
Yeah, so he kind of
pretty much a modified RKO, just different angle.
Right. Yeah, they're the same thing. So he basically did a diamond cutter or a cutter, like, and
same way with LA Knights. What's he call his move? The blunt force trauma.
Yeah.
It's pretty much what I call a standing RKO. He doesn't go flying in the air like, Randy Orton does.
The BFT, yeah,
BFT.
It's kind of like an RKO, but I think it's more of like a DDT because he's like driving his head into the ground.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's a little of both. Because technically the RKO is just an inverted DDT is all it is.
So these are old school moves, right? So like even like a guy from the 90s, they could, if they were watching in the 70s, they would recognize that move. And it's one of those moves that's been carried across every generation.
Yeah.
And that's why guys who can do that, guys who understand the basic moves and mastered that, like an AJ Styles, he has all the fundamentals and he's as athletic as Javon Evans. But like just being able to jump in your sleep and do backflips in your sleep, that doesn't make you the next hot athlete. Like, I think everybody likes Austin Theory because he knows how to walk in the ring. He knows how to talk in the ring. Like, and every move he does doesn't look like he's just like, all right, ready, 1, 2, 3. Let's look each other in the eyes. Are you ready? Okay, now let's do it. He looks like he's trying to fight and he looks like he's getting beat up.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Because the one thing I think it hurt him is he got kind of caught up in the McMahon politics. Because, McMahon made him a singles champ, and he made it work for a little while.
Yeah, and they were on
TV
And
then he teamed him up with Grayson Waller, and they were all right at first. And in typical McMahon, started making him into a comedy routine. And that's how you can kill a career. Because that's what's happened to the New Day. You know, they're trying to be heels, but it's just no.
Yeah, and that's a
It's,
McMahon thing. Even like with Steve Austin when he turned
yeah,
Steve Austin heel and everybody
yeah.
hated it, and
There was a shock value real quick, but then it wore off. And
they
even
lost like a third of their viewership.
yeah, and Cena said the same thing. You know, he didn't mind doing the heel turn. It was a nice shocker just to, gather some more, eyes to watch you. But when The Rock went back to Hollywood and that rapper, he can't do for shit in the ring.
Oh yeah, fuck Travis Scott. We're gonna talk about him too, man.
And Cena said it best. He goes, I was miserable being champ. That's why the week before he lost the belt back to Cody, he went back to old Cena. And I think that was the second best matchup I'd seen all year was Cena and Cody. When Cody regained the belt.
Was that Clash at the Castle?
I think so, or was that SummerSlam? I was thinking some. I was thinking
when Cody won. When Cody won it back, you said.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you meant when he lost it, because I think he lost it earlier.
He lost it at WrestleMania because see, night one was WrestleMania was perfect. Night two started out good, started to flat line. Then when they got to the main event, I knew Cena was going to win, but the way they did it, it sucked.
Yeah, Travis Scott ruined the whole thing, and The Rock ruined the whole thing.
Yeah, if The Rock would have come out, it could have been more believable. But Rock went back to Hollywood, and he's been there ever since. So.
Yeah, fuck him, dude. Like,
and I mean, I love The Rock, but it's one or the other,
Yeah, now he's doing fucking Moana 2 that's gonna bomb.
Just like he did Doom. Which he talks about that. Because I watched a videotape where he was making fun of Cena, where Cena did that, what was it, the Marine. And Rock goes, oh, don't worry. He goes, I've had some shitters myself. I said, I did Doom, And Cena's sitting there just laughing his ass off.
Nice. Yeah, at least he's self-aware that he's not Arnold Schwarzenegger. You are The Rock. You are a wannabe action. So I want to talk about experience, right? Like,
okay,
experience can't be given, but it can be shared.
Yeah.
And the problem with today is that a lot of these wrestlers, either they're not open to, learning from a coach, or their coaches are just being suppressed. Well, maybe they want to share, but
or probably a mix of both.
Yeah, I mean, you probably have bad coaches and good coaches, and the good coaches that want to tell people, like that want to tell Jey Uso, hey, I think you shouldn't do your entrance in the middle of a fucking match because it kills kayfabe. Maybe they won't say that because he's just he's in this kind of powerful position because of his family, because of his own career experience. Maybe they don't want to tell a 15 year vet, hey, your gimmick's kind of sucking right now.
Yep.
That's
what happened to Hulk Hogan. I mean, after 4 years, people got tired of seeing him hulking up,
mm-hmm.
And that's why he disappeared for a little bit. Then the WWF started to tank because they brought in Ultimate Warrior, and McMahon was convinced Warrior was going to take it beyond Hogan. Yeah, that was a disaster.
Yeah, they expect these guys to be the guy for 10 years, and then like who else have they done that with, man? Like,
well, see, Macho Man probably could have been better because he was champ twice. He should have been champ 3 more times personally, but they brought in Yoko. Yoko did all right until his weight got to be a liability.
Well, I heard Bret Hart, he should have been wrestling Hogan, and instead Yoko wrestled Hogan.
Yeah.
and it almost sounds like Yoko costed him a championship, but
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. He talks about that WrestleMania 9 match. When Hogan came in and demanded, there should be the match should continue. Then Yoko challenged him. Of course, Hogan went in, kicked Yoko's ass, and held the belt for what was it, 3 or 4 months, and then lost it back to Yoko.
mm,
And then Yoko had it for what? Almost a year. I'm trying to think, who did he lose it back to? That's what I'm trying to remember.
was it a young Triple H?
Wasn't Triple H. Did he lose it back to the Hitman or? I'm going through my memory banks here. I think he lost it back to the Hitman.
You want me to look it up?
Because I thought it was WrestleMania 94 is when the Hitman got the belt back. Because I know, because then the Hitman lost it to Bob Backlund, and then Bob Backlund got squashed by Diesel, and then Diesel remained champ through half of 94 and most of 95.
So it says Yoko lost the WWE Championship, then WWF Championship to Hulk Hogan and to Bret Hart. So one was
Okay.
WrestleMania IX.
That'd be 10. Yeah,
Rest-
IX would be
WrestleMania-
WrestleMania 9. That's when.
WrestleMania X, so that's 10.
Okay, 10. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That's what I thought. Yeah, because that's the Royal Rumble where Lex Luger and Bret Hart both touched the floor at the same time, and you can't have a double loser, so they made them a double winner. And then Yoko had to defend the belt twice at WrestleMania. He knocked off Luger, then lost to the Hitman. Which personally, I think they should have made it a 3-way match. It would have been more exciting.
Who would you add?
I would love to have seen Lex get it. Because when he did that whole, U.S. Express, and then he body slammed Yoko on that aircraft carrier, I thought for sure he was going to take the belt at SummerSlam. And it was one of those McMahon decided last minute, well, you're going to win the match, but not the belt. A count out. And I'm like, that was stupid. They should let him win it, maybe hold it until Survivor Series if he doesn't do that good, pulling in the, people in seats and the TV ratings, or let him lose it at Royal Rumble, But
yeah, that sucks, man. I was seeing the tribute to Lex Luger they did at that WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Most recently. Because he was like a really talented.
Yeah.
He had the look. He had everything.
Because when he was brought in 1985 and Championship Florida Wrestling, that was owned by the NWA, the Crockett promotion knew they had someone that in their mind was going to be the next Hulk Hogan.
NWA, that's National Wrestling Association?
Yep, or Alliance, National Wrestling
Alliance.
That was your first wrestling supergroup. They were formed in 1948.
That's right.
Because before 1948, wrestling was like 25, 30 different territories, and each territory had a world heavyweight champion. You can see how that can ruin the business.
Sure.
So through negotiations, all these territories formed in, and they formed the National Wrestling Alliance, and they made one man world champ, and he would go to each territory and stay for a week, a month, or if he's really hot in that territory, 6 months. Yeah, you get the idea.
Sure, yeah.
And Orville Brown was the first champ. And he only had the belt for a very short time because in real life he had a car accident. He couldn't wrestle. So he had to give the belt up.
But I tell you what, those guys in the 40s, like
they used to hit each other for real.
No, yeah, they would look at modern wrestling and they would
and laugh.
Yeah, and to be fair, people from the early 2000s look at 2025 and laugh too.
Yeah,
so it's like every generation is gonna look at the next and say, "Well, we did it better."
Yeah,
and
well, I really enjoyed the mid to wrestling in the NWA. Then when it turned to WCW, the first year, I liked Luger as champ, but I liked it so much better when Sting got the belt off of him, and then Vader took it. And I thought Vader should have been champ for a long time. And eventually he lost it to Flair, which I knew Flair always wins at Starrcade. That's his, that's what like Hogan is in WrestleMania. Flair in the Starrcade, he's always the winner.
Mm.
And then when they brought in Hogan, I'm like, okay, that's a good move. And that's when WCW started to compete with WWE. And then when they formed the NWO, that's when they overtook them. But where Bischoff screwed up, he was so focused on trying to put McMahon out of business, he wasn't watching his own business. And the NWO started doing the same things over and over again. They had all the numbers because everybody wanted to be the NWO. You didn't have enough good guys. So they'd sit there and, tear up a set, paint everybody up. And after a while, the crowd's like, okay, we've seen this. What's next? So then they brought in the Crow Sting, which that was another good step until that Starrcade match when he was supposed to beat Hogan. And that's where the mistiming come into play. What was it? Hogan hit him with the leg drop, 1, 2, and Sting was just barely supposed to either slide out or stick his shoulder up. And he wasn't paying attention to the count, and the referee counted 3. And the ref's all confused. And he's trying to act like he's celebrating, but he's confused because he knew he was supposed to lose. And that's when Bret Hart come out and said he was a sudden referee, and then they started the match over, and then, of course, Sting won it. And then what was it, 2 days later on Monday Nitro, they took the belt off of Sting, saying that the win didn't count. And I'm like, oh, here we go. And after that, that's when they started spiraling, and then they did the whole, Goldberg winning was, again, step in the right direction until they screwed him out of the belt on Starrcade. And then the next, what was it, 2 days later on Monday Nitro, the famous finger poke of doom. And after that, that's when WCW pretty much just hit the handle and watch the flush. I mean,
wait, who poked who in the eye?
Well, what it was, Kevin Nash was the world champ, and at that time he was a member of the NWO Wolfpack. They wore black and red.
Okay, I've seen their.
And then Hogan was NWA Hollywood, the original black and white. So Hogan challenged Nash to a match, and Nash accepted. And I got excited. I'm like, okay, I'm going to watch Kevin Nash kick Hogan's ass. This will be hilarious. Then they start shoving each other. Then they stare each other down, and all of a sudden Hogan just jumps up, pokes him in the chest with his finger. Nash takes a step back, acts like he's having a heart attack, and drops. Hogan pins him, 1, 2, 3, match over.
Oh, I've seen that clip. Yeah, that's gotta suck.
And then everybody ripped off the red and black, and they're all back to the old NWO. And I was like, huh, gay?
Right.
And I hated it. I was like, what the? And see, after that, they just spiraled.
Yeah,
and
I mean,
they brought in Vince Russo, didn't do shit. And I'm not knocking Russo because he's got some genius to him, but because the only thing that was holding him afloat was Ted Turner. But then once what was it, AOL and the Turner Network made their deal, that took Turner out, so then that left WCW to the mercy, and that mercy was McMahon.
Oh yeah, the rest
he bought him out. He bought him out. And in a way, it made wrestling sad. I mean, I loved WWE even back then in 2001, but it was just, that's all there was. Because ECW was gone, WCW is gone. And all the wrestling I used to enjoy was long gone. AWA, UWF, Florida Championship Wrestling, all of that was long gone.
Yeah, and it's a lost art now because WWE is so cookie cutter.
Yeah.
With everything they do, everything is, we've seen it before. They haven't done anything original. The best stuff they did was with Cody Rhodes, and he's got to finish his story.
Yeah, that was excellent.
And then ever since then, every story except maybe the Bloodline has been trash.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, and like I said, Cena turning bad guy. I liked how they started it out. It was good. He kicked him below the belt and then beats the hell out of him. I'm like, okay, I can accept this.
Yeah, they started really, really good just to fall flat on their face.
And the reason why they decided to do it was because of the fact of how sometimes the crowd would really boo and rip into Cena for having his cookie cutter mini Hulk Hogan style. You know, hustle, loyalty, respect. That's an homage to say your prayers, eat your vitamins, obey your parents, and pray to God. You know, that was the Hogan commandments. You know, because pretty much Cena is your modern Hulk Hogan. There's no harm in that, because that's a McMahon idea that worked.
Yeah. Yeah, we're talking the character, not Terry.
Yeah. And but ever since Triple H has pretty much taken over, he's got some ideas, but because see, part of the problem was, and I do an audio podcast with these people. They're called the TWRP, and we was discussing this. The biggest problem is they're not putting over the younger talent.
Yeah, but at the same time, they need to put over LA Knight, and he's in his 40s.
Yeah.
Because if you're not going to do it now, you're never going to do it.
Yeah, I mean, like for instance, I'm a huge CM Punk fan. I'm glad he's world champ, but I think the minute he loses it to Braun Breaker, which I feel is going to happen, because what is it, January 5th or January 6th, Punk defends against him on the anniversary of Raw.
Oh yeah, he's going to lose.
He's going to lose. Call it quits. You're done.
Right.
Because I mean, like I said, he's my second most favorite wrestler of all time, and like I said, I'm very happy that he's champ. But as soon as he loses it, done. Call it quits, because
he should go into like a creative position.
Yeah, he's almost 50, and see that's what these people on the TWRP was bitching about when we discussed it. You know, they give these older guys, they keep letting them have the belt. You know, like Seth Rollins. How many more times is he going to be champ?
Yeah, but Seth Rollins is really, really good.
True, but now with his injuries starting to catch up, especially with doing that stupid coast to coast, he should have never done that.
Now he's at the back end of his career, and it's time for somebody else to step up.
Yeah,
like
was it Trick Williams or Tricky Williams? Austin Theory. You know, Breaker.
Obafemi.
Yes, some guys like that. Give them a shot. See how it goes. I mean, I know WWE, when they get someone that's a breadwinner, they don't want to let go of them. That's been a McMahon thing for years, and even Triple H still does it.
Yeah, I mean, you would think it would be worse when one man has all the power, like a McMahon.
Yeah.
But nowadays there's a board, and they're still making stupid decisions.
Yeah, because that's what people don't realize. They're trying to blame it all on Triple H, and he's only half of it. Yeah. There's a board he has to answer to.
Yep, there's a lot of fucking people in TKO.
Yeah. And Rock is in there. I think he's one of the big board members.
Yeah, I think Steph is in there.
Yep. Oh, that's what I'm going to ask you. What'd you think of her getting inducted in the Hall of Fame?
Oh, we talked about this, man. I think.
Oh, that's right.
Well, maybe I don't know what I said. I kind of forgot what I said, but
you was against it. I was a little bit tickled because she has done a lot of behind the scenes stuff that you don't see on TV unless you watch documentaries about what she does.
I think as an actress, she was very good at emoting. All her when they would zoom in on her face and she'd look like her emotes were really good. Like not her wrestling ability, but just her on the mic, her emotes. And,
yeah, she gets that from her dad. That's a guarantee.
Yeah, but like I think even she would tell you that
in the ring,
Hall of Fame wrestler. Yeah, she's not a Hall of Fame wrestler, but she might be a WWE Hall of Famer as far as on-screen talent.
And because what was it? I think it was either you or maybe it was Disick that was ripping the Undertaker for doing the announcement. I'm like, I thought that was a badge of honor.
Disick said he didn't give a fuck or something. Like he's like,
I thought it was a badge of honor. I mean,
if anyone's gonna do it, Taker's a good one to do it.
Yeah, I mean, I'd be honored if he come out and goes, "You're in a Hall of Fame." Okay, yes, sir.
Yeah. I mean, anything Taker does is pretty cool.
Yeah,
like the collaboration with Trick Williams on NXT, like that was a good way put a big spotlight, because that made me look at Trick Williams more, and I was like, okay, he's doing
Yeah.
something with Taker, so if Taker thinks it's cool, it's got to be pretty cool, you know, and like except his podcast.
Yeah. Yeah. I gotta stop doing that.
Nah, man, go for it.
Yeah.
It's better than the Yeet. And I
Yeah,
love the
I
Yeet.
love Jey Uso, but I admit the Yeet's starting to get to me.
Yep, because it's like we love this guy from the COVID era. Because in the COVID era,
Yeah.
he was like still a henchman of Roman Reigns.
Yeah,
And then,
but he showed some potential.
yeah, and you're like, oh, this is a future star.
And then they finally put the big belt on him, which I was tickled. But then I noticed the one issue with him, or actually one of two issues, from some of the behind the scenes stuff I've seen on the internet. It seems like he's got a little bit of a drinking problem, and he's also extremely injury prone.
Yeah, it seems like the pressure might be too much for him,
Yeah.
and maybe he's given into the alcohol and
Yeah. And because I mean, I'll be honest, it shocked me in the Battle Royal when he eliminated his own brother. I was kind of hoping Jimmy would win, but
yeah, I remember that. I remember you told me that.
but then I figured, Jay versus Punk. I figured he's going to put the belt back on Punk because of what happened to him, with the whole, Money in the Bank briefcase.
But I think Jay, he just needs to slow down. It feels like he's just anxious in the ring, like he's not comfortable in the ring. I was making a video earlier. It's like Jey Uso seemed more comfortable with his brother or in a group, and now that he's the single star, everything is
not anymore. He's back to tag teaming now. The Usos issued a challenge to AJ Styles and Dragon Lee.
Oh, see, well now he can't even be named main event Jey Uso anymore.
Yeah.
If he's going back down to the mid card, because let's be honest, the tag team division is the mid card division.
Yeah, and see that's the other thing we was talking about is the one guy that I was talking to on that podcast last night was telling me how he doesn't like how SmackDown and Raw have separate tag team champs because there's not enough tag teams.
Yeah, and then you have the NXT. Like I agree with that because they don't bring up any of the NXT tag teams to go into Raw or SmackDown.
Or if they do, they'll be successful for their first match and then they'll get squashed in the next match, and then all of a sudden, actually, this wrestler's better in singles.
Yeah, I mean the only tag teams you have are what, DIY.
Let's see, DYI or DUIs, I like calling them. The Usos, the Old Day. Of course, our current champs on Raw, AJ Styles and Dragon Lee, which they're a hell of a team.
Yeah, they're very good.
Then you got Finn, Finn Balor and JD McDonald's, as I've been calling him, because he needs to eat something.
Yeah, man. Like Ariana Grande and some trunks.
Yeah. Let's see. Then you got the Wyatt six-pack. You got the what? I don't know if the Samoan SWAT team is back again or what.
My Family Tree or whatever.
Yeah, because the Tongas were they were called the Gorillas of Destiny and IWGP, and then I noticed they brought them to WWE, and now it seems like they don't even tag team with each other anymore. So, and I mean I'm pretty sure I'm missing some tag teams, but I'll be damned if I can think who they are.
That kind of tells you everything you need to know.
The street hobos. I mean the street profits.
Yeah, and you got Otis and his tag team partner.
Oh yeah, Kirazaka Kawasaki, whatever the hell his name is.
yeah. Cheekbone.
And it's like with the women's division. I've been making fun of the Kabuki Warriors. I've been calling them the Kawasaki Crotch Riders. Because they should let Alexa Bliss and Flair keep the belt, at least do this year, and then let them lose it either at like Royal Rumble or maybe even let them hold it until WrestleMania. Because they were a phenomenal tag team together.
The Kabuki Warriors?
No, Flair and Bliss when they were the women's tag team champs.
Flair's not a tag team. Like we said, the tag team is for mid-carders.
Yeah.
Like you can't have a real superstar like Charlotte in a tag team, and
Yeah,
that's
well,
not
for
a
a little while, just for a little while, because I mean, they were phenomenal in the ring.
like even AJ Styles. He just looks out of place sometimes because it's
Well,
like,
I
come
figured
on,
they
dude,
give
you're
him.
AJ.
Well, I figured they gave him the tag team belt because sometime next year he's calling it quits. I don't know if you knew that or not.
No, yeah, I know he announced it pretty
So,
a while ago.
and it does make sense because I mean he's close to my age, so. But just putting the Intercontinental title back on Dominic, or as I call him, Diamond Dick, I did not agree with that. I did not like that at all.
But did you like Roxanne and Raquel coming out to beat up Cena?
Yeah. And
Did
then
you?
what do you
Because
think?
I saw people really, really upset. Like they're like, "Oh my God, Cena
No,
got
I thought that
beat
was
up."
hilarious.
No, see, I liked it because one for Roxanne Perez's career, that's a highlight she can have for the rest of her career,
Yeah.
and Raquel Rodriguez as well.
And
And
then
with
Liv
we're
Morgan
gonna
coming back sooner than I thought.
hold
That
on,
was something.
people were actually upset that Cena got beat up by girls. Like they were like, "Oh
Hell,
my God, the
I get beat
disrespect!
up by him.
Cena got beat up by women."
Oh,
Like
whoopee shit.
there's this one YouTuber I watch a lot. We're not friends, like we don't talk, but I watch his videos sometimes. His name's Bobby
Oh,
Monsoon. I don't know if you know who he is,
nope.
but all his videos, he's like he almost like hate watches WWE um because it is they do a lot of stupid shit, to be fair,
Yeah.
and he's just kind of the contrarian to like so one of the things like I saw his video was clickbait as fuck. He's like Cena gets beat up by women, the disrespect. But he's funny. I love his videos. I'm not calling him out. I love his
Yeah.
videos. I'm a fan, but he's
Yeah.
just one of those guys who points out every flaw. I think, and that's fair. Because we should
Yeah. I mean,
expect more
as
from
a
these.
fan, that's what you're supposed to do
Yeah, he critiques it. I guess you could say.
because we're the ultimate boss of wrestling. People don't realize that.
Right. Um.
Um,
So this is a good critique, man, because we're all critics. We're all marks,
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
We can't do these moves, and we're not telling anybody how they should wrestle,
No.
but we can
But
tell who belongs there and who doesn't.
yeah. Yeah. We can tell you how to really, spice up a storyline, make it exciting, maybe, devalue this part and then make this part look better. And that would make the match, stuff like that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
especially me because I've watched it for 40 years and I've seen all the changes done.
yeah, but booking isn't rocket science. I think
No,
one of the I didn't make that up. That I think who said that? That was Dutch Mantel, I think said
Dutch
that.
Mantell said it, Jim Cornette said it,
Yeah.
and
So
there's two of your absolute geniuses of wrestling.
So you and me and a lot of the fans, a lot of the marks, we get it. You
Yeah,
shouldn't have a last man standing match for your opening match and then have a second match where people are fighting outside of the ring all the time.
yeah,
It's like little details like that.
yeah,
Stevie
that makes
Richards
no
said that.
sense.
He's like, going outside of the ring used to mean something. It used to mean that we're fighting now
Yeah,
because we're outside
yeah,
of the ring. But
um,
nowadays, you have Dominic Mysterio, Penta doing hurricanranas off of the fucking border that keeps the fans out, and they injure themselves, and it's Monday Night Raw, and it means
yeah,
nothing. And it's like you're just gonna get back in the
yeah,
ring. Might
'cause,
as well just stay in the ring
um,
because you're doing this flippy dippy lucha shit
yeah,
outside of the ring, and I don't know, man.
yeah. Because I was going to ask you, did you watch Monday Night Raw this last week?
No, I skipped it. I have to skip every now and then because I'm just too
Uh,
busy or I'm just
let's
playing a game.
see. About the only real excitement was L.A. Knight took on as I heard this from a friend of mine, and he calls Brunson Reed the Pillsbury Doughboy Super Chef.
Nice.
They actually had a match,
Yeah, I
and
heard
of
they
course LA,
squashed LA Knight again.
Oh God, yeah. And then after the match was over, I thought the show was done because I noticed the end credits started to appear, and I was getting ready to grab my remote and jump off Netflix. And then all of a sudden, I noticed the end credits disappeared, and I'm like, okay, this is fascinating. And then I seen the, as I call him, the wobbling wars. Paul Heyman grabbed a microphone, started complaining, and then he handed the microphone to Braun Breaking Bad. And he was talking about how he can't wait to put the old man into retirement next month. And after that, he said he's going to steamroll anybody and everybody. And the part that got my attention is he looked over at both Logan Paul and Bronson Reed when he said that, to keep my belt. And I'm thinking, oh, so maybe he'll make a turn where they may make him a baby face, possibly. It worked for his dad for a while.
Yeah, maybe.
And then all of a sudden, the camera panned over towards the big giant Titantron, and there's LA Knight jumping out of an ambulance and walking back towards the ring. So Braun goes, go take care of my light work. So Reed and Logan, go after it, and they had a pretty good little, parking lot fight. But in the end, Logan Paul picked up LA Knight, put him on the top of a limo, and Reed jumped off the top of something and went right through the roof of that limo with LA Knight in it.
Yeah. Steven Richards said, I don't know if LA Knight's injured, because why else would you do that unless you're trying to write him off?
Yeah, and that part I admit I liked that. But I mean, other than that, the rest of Raw was just kind of ho-hum. I mean, yeah, the Mats guy appeared again, and I'm becoming more and more convinced it's Randy Orton.
No, dude, the guy was built. He wasn't that big, because Randy's like 300 pounds. That guy was not that big.
I don't know, because a lot of people say it's Austin Theory, but when I started watching, no, I'm convinced it's Randy Orton. Oh, who do we got? We got Sir John. Hell, Sir John.
Hello. Your audio's a little shoddy.
Is it quiet or cutting out?
Sounds a little fuzzy.
Yeah, like static.
You sound like a dialect. Exterminate, exterminate. If you know your Doctor Who.
I don't know that one.
Oh, John disappeared on us. Oh, he's back.
Is that one any better?
Are you underwater, dude?
Yeah, you sound like you're underwater, my friend. Swim to the light, John. Come to the light.
Is that a little better? Something like that?
It sounds like there's a lot of wind in your area.
They sound like you're outside. Or maybe it's Streamlabs.
Might be. Because we were all having problems with something.
Yeah. Wow. Let's see, where was we? Oh, yeah. LA Knight.
Yeah. I know he knows his computer, so I don't know what the fuck's happening.
But yeah,
No, yeah, we'll circle back into these topics all the time.
Yeah, not a problem. I just, but yeah, I have noticed a lot of things, and I knew some of it was concussion protocols because they're really heavy into that.
Yeah, because of Benoit, and
there's been some other wrestlers like what was it Tyson Kidd? He's out because of concussions. And that's
Samoa Joe. Samoa Joe did a power bomb, a spinning power bomb on Tyson Kidd, and it Samoa Joe is one of the safest workers out there, but sometimes you just
even the safest ones can screw up. Even Bret Hart will tell you that. He tries not to, but accidents can still happen. But yeah. And like I said, that's why I like with this matchup, tomorrow night on Saturday night's main event, I'm just looking forward to the end when people start saying goodbye to Cena, and I'll probably lose it. I'll admit it. Because it is an end of an era. Hard to believe. 23 years.
Yeah, man, it's bittersweet.
Because I was, 28 when John Cena showed up. Oh, wow. I was a younger man once.
Damn.
And now I'm old. I'm Yoda old.
Young Padawan.
I don't. Something tells me John may not make it back.
Gone he is.
Strong in the force I am, but not strong enough. Yeah, you couldn't even take out the Emperor when you had the chance. You little green goof.
Right.
Of course, some people say Yoda actually won the fight. He just left. I'm like, no. You leave a fight, even if you're winning it, that makes you a loser. Sorry.
Yeah, kind of right about that one.
But
Well, so any last thoughts on this comment here? Because we're gonna go through this entire video, I think.
yeah, I have, like I said, in all my years, I've seen wrestling go through so many changes. And with this concussion protocols and these new TV deals with internet TV, I have a feeling in the future wrestling could go kind of the same way like football. You'll have some popularity moments, then you're going to have some downtime, and you'll just break even. Then you might strive above a little bit, then dip back down, and then for a few years, you get the idea. It'll never totally go away, but it won't have the really, what's the word I'm looking for, eye-catching moments.
Well, that's what you don't hope that they're not selling out. Because Cena was telling it. Like I was watching the Cena interview, he's saying a lot of those guys now, they don't know what it's like to wrestle for a house that's only 12% sold.
Yeah.
They don't have that grit. They're coming in right now
Yeah.
to at the most popular time of wrestling. So
Yeah.
it's their job to work hard enough to not fuck it up.
And they don't want to do hour Broadways or 45-minute wars. Oh, see, that's another problem with WWE. People kicking out of finishers too much. I can see if you do it once.
See, this is what he's talking about in terms of the in-ring, did the basics, the fundamentals.
Yeah.
And I think finishers are supposed to be the last move you pull out of your arsenal because it's the biggest gun you got.
Yeah, and once in a while I could see like when Undertaker and Shawn Michaels did WrestleMania, they both kicked out of each other's finishers. And that one time doing it that way, that was fine. It worked out perfect. One of the best matches ever, especially in the history of WrestleMania. I mean, it ranks up there with Hogan versus Andre. And people are like, well, how can you compare it? The ring action was so different. I said, it's the impact. Because in 87, Andre was the man. And he pretty much handed his kingdom to Hogan. What they call the passing of the torch. And then you fast forward to 2002 when Hogan took on The Rock. That's Hogan passing the torch to The Rock.
Then and 2012, The Rock and Cena, I guess you could say.
Yeah. Yeah. So, it's that kind of impact. It makes wrestling so great and unique, and it's kind of lost. Especially when you're too damn predictable.
Agreed.
I mean, like, what was it? I think me and you discussed this. I talked about a match where I could actually predict the match even before it finished.
Yep. Yeah, I have that clip somewhere on my YouTube and on Instagram.
And then what was it? Was it Disick? It said, you had to have seen this before. This is a replay. And I'm like, no, this was a live match, but I know how WWE does things with certain champs.
Right. No, it was you said that you had friends over, you're watching television.
Yeah.
And they're like, have you seen this before? And you're like, no, this is live, son. Like,
yeah. And it's like, watch, this guy's he's gonna get caught, he's gonna knock out the referee, and 3 other people will come in and interfere, blah blah blah, and biff
Yeah.
bam boom.
But I think we
And
had
then-
Dazik on. Dazik probably there. But
And-
yeah, I remember that story you were telling us, man.
And that's what upset me, because they set up these matches like, oh, the champ's going to defend the belt against this guy. And I'm like, wait a minute. This guy's only been champ 2 weeks. And if he's going to be the train, it's leading the caboose down the tracks, they're not going to let him lose the belt. So why hype this match up?
Right.
And then they make it close, but no cigar. And you can only do that so many times. And people's like, here we go again. Here we go again. Because I was kind of worried about that with Cody and Roman. Because I was really hoping in WrestleMania Hollywood, I was convinced like Linda McMahon was going to come out and let the match continue, and then let Cody win, and then you would have your Hollywood ending.
Wait, hold on. My headphones are dying.
Uh-oh.
But it shouldn't be a problem. I think I just got to charge them.
Here at Irish Whips and Arm Drags, we run a tight ship. Well, Titanic, but kidding. I'm kidding.
Whoa.
This happens. It's all the fun of doing live streaming. Which, let's see, today's what, the 11th? Or the 12th? 12th.
It is the 12th, yeah.
Yep. Let's see, be almost a year ago, I did my very first podcast. December 18th, 2024. And now, let's see, I co-host with you an excellent wrestling show. I've appeared on 1, 2, 3, 4 other people's live streams. And then I've been invited to become a panel member on a whole nother podcast, probably starting next year. So, exciting times. And I love it. I love podcasting. What do you think?
Yeah, I gotta set things up now because my headphones are dead. So, and now I can still hear you. It's just coming out of my monitor, so my microphone's gonna also catch my audio coming out of my monitor.
Okay.
So that's why I'm muting myself.
Oh, okay.
When you talk or when we're gonna play a video, I'm gonna mute myself.
Okay.
Just so I don't interfere the audio, I guess.
Gotcha.
Because it shouldn't be that big of a problem, but I think it's gonna be an echo because
Oh yeah.
There's this output audio coming from my monitor, my desktop that's being recorded, and at the same time my microphone audio is being recorded. It's just those things you got to think about when you're podcasting because
all part of the learning process. Yeah, I see what you mean. I can hear it.
You can hear yourself from my mic.
No, I heard a sound.
Oh no, that's just my fucking neighbors, man.
Oh, okay.
That's just fucking people being jerks.
Now, non-wrestling question: have you finished moving yet? Are you still out west, or are you finally down south?
No, I'm not there yet. On Saturday, I'm moving, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'll be on the road while seeing this wrestling, and probably
Wow.
maybe I'll try to keep up on Twitter or something. See the clip.
Well, yeah, I'll be watching it as long as the snowstorm we're getting don't knock out the power. That's my only fear. Because Saturdays are usually busy night for me anyway. So.
Yeah, getting a snowstorm, man. Fuck that.
Well, it's going to be a clipper. It's going to move through southern Ohio, and that's where I live. and it's supposed to last throughout the entire weekend. So I went ahead and bought some supplies, and that's my only fear is just the power goes out. Because I mean, I can keep myself warm, but it's just I won't be able to watch TV, and I'll have very limited internet. It'll just be the phone card on my phone. That's it. My Wi-Fi will be cut off.
Yeah, that would suck.
So, and if that's the case, I can watch other people live stream, but I won't be able to jump into chat. So,
First world problems.
yeah. We'll have to wait and see. Nothing's guaranteed.
Yeah.
I'm not going to sit and worry about it. Just cross the bridge when I burn it.
All right, let's keep watching this. But so we agree fundamentals are kind of lost in today's modern rental.
Oh yeah, big time. Big time. Like I said, some of it can't be helped because of concussion protocols. They've had to change the angles and the way they hit people with objects, or even the way they punch each other, because Hitman talked about that.
Oh yeah, Brett.
Because I saw that interview.
Oh yeah, see, this comment says I have to agree with Brett. That's probably what he was referring to, one of those Brett interviews he did.
Yeah.
So I'll play the video. I'm gonna mute myself though.
Okay.
JTRAF, or however you pronounce it. As a 39-year-old, I have to agree with Bret Hart to an extent. The guys I grew up watching throughout the 90s in terms of the in-ring did the basics, the fundamentals, a lot better than modern wrestlers. Modern wrestlers can do more complicated stuff in the ring, don't get me wrong, but the basics are shoddy and the timing is often terrible, not to mention selling being virtually non-existent. So take that first point.
Yeah, you need a foundation. You need a foundation in wrestling. This is where like your murder hour comes in. You show the basics of the moves, the 5 moves of doom. You establish the moves. You multiply that times how many from those Wrestling Challenge and Superstar shows that got everybody over to the point now. What happens when Brett wrestles perfect? What happens when Brett wrestles this guy? What happens? Will Piper get the sleeper on Hogan because he got it on 50 other people? Is Hogan going to drop the leg on Piper because he's wrestled Rusty Brooks 1,000 times on Challenge? Rusty Brooks, I grew up in South Florida. He was Hogan's favorite Wrestling Challenge thing. But you're right. The basics, this is indicative of everything in society today, right? Nobody gets the basics down. Everybody wants to be an expert right off the bat. Nobody can build a foundation for anything. In other words, I can't believe in 2025 that they do not have competition. I don't care what anybody says. AEW and WWE are 2 different products. They're not competing with each other. So why are you in a rush to hot shot angles? Why are you in a rush to hot shot finishes, title switches, storylines? When during the Monday Night Wars, they did the Crash TV, but at the same time, didn't they build up storylines over weeks, months, and sometimes years?
Yeah, but you can argue that's the opposite because WWE does so little in the way of advancing storylines, but they all build over the 2 years. It's like, how long was Austin Theory and Grayson Waller arguing with each other before there was ever a payoff?
Well, because there's no progression. There's no progression. It's lateral movement. I'd say this, the last time they really did it right, and they kind of accidentally did it right going into WrestleMania 40, was the 2-year Cody story. I like that. He lost the first year, had to come all the way back, and almost lost his spot with the old hug and whisper in the ear after the Rumble. But man, that was someone, and one of the comments here talking about the last time it was interesting was when The Rock was the final boss going into WrestleMania 40, and I'd have to agree with that.
Another point. These all relate to the actual in-ring stuff, so I can't stand how choreographed it looks, wrestling looks. Strikes look fake. Pacing kills any emotion or connection. You see everyone planning their spots. Gosh, the fact people can't even walk properly in the ring, it's just an awful experience that goes beyond the problem of Spotfest. That's from Andre Legant.
That's the Hot Wheels feet he talks about. You love the Hot Wheels feet.
Yeah, but I can't even describe how it goes, though, as far as it just seems like there's just a way that they go from one move to the next that seems like they're both absolute, they're making the eye contact, then they're almost giving the secret nod. Right, we're ready. Now we're going to go for it. Never feels organic, or rarely does.
Yeah, I mean, it's a spot. You want to talk about the definition of a wrestling high spot or a wrestling spot. That's what it is. I'm going to read this because we have both ends of the spectrum. We have Stay Hydrated. I have it right here. Stay Hydrated says, I respect your takes. I love that you blame the company and not the wrestlers. But wrestling is subjective, but definitely what should always stay the same is the respect for the basics. Here we go again. Basics and, of course, for the sport. But this will always be a topic. I bet in the 90s with ECW and the Attitude Era rising, they were both those who disliked what became of wrestling. That's Cornette and other people, admittedly, became a wrestling. But that era was the biggest boom of wrestling. It changes, but if you look, there's always remnants of the past who paved the way. Now, I will say this. We're running into a point where the past is going away. John Cena's last match, we're going to do a Saturday night's main event review. How many people are left after Cena? We have The Rock's not coming back as far as I can see. Cena's going away.
Goldberg, he's
Goldberg's
gone.
gone. Taker doesn't wrestle anymore. Shawn, Hunter, which I'm still convinced that Hunter's going to wrestle in Saudi Arabia in WrestleMania 43.
I think Steve Austin might. That's my guess.
But are we talking about these are sold shows? Are we talking about storylines, full-time talent? Okay. What about after WrestleMania 43? You're going to sell it to Saudi. That's my guess still. What do you have after that? Except one of the comments said, and I don't know if I screenshotted it, you might as well just make AI wrestling. Then they can dive off anything, or, these user-generated wrestlers. That's where it's going. Oh, by the way, people want to see a regular segment of how we can rewrite a certain storyline or angle using ChatGPT.
Yeah, I don't want to beat that horse before.
Why not? WWE does.
Well, they will do. They brought in a consultant. Mr. Beaver says, I agree with Bret Hart. I can't watch modern wrestlers because it looks like a choreographed dance routine. And that's something we've heard for many years now. But is it getting worse than it was in the 2000s, do you think? Because 2000s, especially, that's where indie wrestling, I guess, as a pejorative term came from. That it looked like they'd obviously worked it out. I'm going to give you this, actually, Stevie. I've just remembered this. They worked it out 6 hours beforehand. And at Survivor Series that day in, what's it called, Petco Park, and they actually had to put a giant curtain up over the ring so the wrestlers could rehearse their match, because there are certain hotels that can see into the stadium. So they ended up doing, trying to keep it all secretive.
Okay, but then they're going to do a documentary 6 months from now where they show everybody talking the match over.
Yeah.
So why bother?
Why bother?
Turkey likes that. Turkey likes the 6 month wait.
Do you think there should be some sort of moratorium or ban on practicing too much? Because it's really obvious as well. Do the women do it more than the men, do you think, these days? Or is it all across the board?
I don't know. I remember I used to make jokes all the time.
No, I see you falling asleep, Jerry.
Yeah, a little bit, but I do get what he's saying.
Yeah, so and that's
Stevie's got valid points.
I agree with everything he said.
Yeah.
Like I usually do. And he's kind of taught me a lot of stuff I didn't know either. Him and John Romero, I think, or is it Josh Romero? I think it's John, right?
Yeah, I think it's John.
Yeah, he's always on with Dutch and Stevie.
Yeah.
Or
is it Josh?
I'm
not sure.
Well, he knows his shit, right?
Yeah.
And that's the thing with kayfabe. It's like, it's okay. So you can argue that kayfabe's always kind of been dead. You laughing at the sirens, you fucking asshole.
Ice, baby. Okay, back to business. I
lost my spot. I don't even know where I was going now.
Talking about he's agreeing with what Stevie Richards is saying about the current WWE. how it's lost. I mean, I'll just come out and say it.
Yeah, the
And
basics are lost, and
yeah, and if
kayfabe.
they
I
keep,
was talking about kayfabe, so you could
yeah.
say it's been dead long before the Unreal documentary came out.
Well, to me, I think kayfabe died when McMahon came out and talked about how wrestling is all staged. That ruined kayfabe right there. It kind
See,
of ruined
so,
some of the magic.
but I bet you he's not the first person to do that. As far as
True.
like, he's the biggest and most popular person to expose it. But I think people
Yeah.
have been trying to expose it for years, and now it's not even like a question. Everybody knows it's a performance. It's a stunt show,
Yeah. It's a
and
male soap opera.
and like I just wish that they didn't break the fourth wall when they're on TV. On TV, their character should believe
Yeah.
they are who they say they are. Like they should be method
Yeah.
acting, and that's what the method actors, the great Heath Ledger who played the Joker. He
Yeah.
was really the Joker for like a year.
Yeah. Oh
You
God, yeah. I mean, because that causes one of the greatest debates ever. Which Joker was better, him or Jack Nicholson?
They're both really good.
Yeah. And I mean, I saw them both in the movie theater. So
They're both really good and they're both original. They weren't copying
Yeah.
each other.
yeah, because the Joker comics, there's like 3 different origin stories. The one of him being a gangster, dropped into chemicals, turned him into that freak of nature.
Yep.
And then the other one, they don't know his full history. He's already formed and he's raising hell. And Batman's struggling to keep up with him because he's never dealt with anybody quite like that. And that's how they did, the Dark Knight. And that worked perfect.
Yeah.
It's like you don't need to know where he come from. And even when he discussed his stories of his background, he kept changing them. So you're like, okay, he's being coy. So, and that does draw you in.
And of course, the other one where he's a failed comedian.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I forgot about Joaquin Phoenix's version. Yeah.
Well, that's also from Batman animated TV show
Yeah.
comics. Like,
Yeah. Yeah, there's I think there's like 4 or 5 different origin stories. One is he's actually partially a space alien or a mystic creature that invaded a comic soul and turned him into the Joker.
I wonder who wrote that.
And then of course there's the one where he's the gangster and he got dipped into chemicals, which that's what they use for the Batman.
Yep.
And then Heath Ledger's storyline, like I said, he's already established, but we don't know where he come from. But it doesn't matter. He's here. He's raising hell, and he's entertaining to watch him do it. And he makes you think if you think about it. Because even like he told Batman, I'm not going to risk Gotham Soul in a fist fight with you. I have to have an ace in the hole. And he focused on Harvey Dent because he knew Dent would switch in a heartbeat if you pushed him fast enough.
Yeah.
And killing his future wife, that did it. That put him over the edge. And
we're a little off topic though. Let's get back to
back to wrestling. But yeah, it's just. And then people are like, what about AEW? And I said, the only problem with AEW, they're trying to be too indie wrestling, and you go too hardcore and too extreme. And sometimes it's just unbelievable or it's just too graphic. I mean, I saw the match where Moxley went through, what was it, that bed of spikes.
But yeah, but then the women try to do it too, and then that turns out a lot of guys don't want to see girls.
Yeah, and it's like we know in real life, if you land on a bed of spikes like that, you're going to die. So why do that?
Yeah.
It's more believable if you jump off a 20-foot ladder and do a swanton and barely connect. You know,
Yeah,
that's more
and I'm
that's more believable.
I'm not saying I don't want a hardcore match with women.
Yeah,
Like women can put on great hardcore matches, but it's just
yeah,
the way AEW does it is just very
yeah, yeah.
dramatic.
I mean, what? Like every wrestler has to bleed in under 3 minutes. I like bleeding in wrestling in certain matches, but not every single match.
Yeah.
Yeah, that you know, it's this is not ECW. This is AEW. You know, there is a difference.
Well, even in ECW, guys aren't getting busted up all the time.
Yeah,
Like,
not every time because the Wobbling Walrus, old Heyman there, he knew he could mix some old time 50s, 60s, 70s wrestling style. Then he could do a little bit of a hardcore match with no blood. Then he can do a hardcore match with blood, and he could mix it up. And it worked for a few years. His biggest problem was he knew how to bring in the money. He just didn't know how to control the money. And that's why he still owes, even to this day, ECW wrestlers money.
yeah.
So, guess you can't see me.
All right, let's keep going.
Alrighty.
And they would want to throw me out of the hallway because Chris Daniels and AJ Styles were literally reversing whips in the hallway back outside the locker room, hitting the concrete blocks as if it was a turnbuckle or a rope and bouncing off. And I was just like, yeah, it's a great match, guys. I don't have to watch it when you go out there now. They literally rehearsed the whole match. So, there's certain things you want to go over with a crash pad or certain bumps, and then have the agent obviously watch. This is another thing. I don't think they watch. If an agent watched some of these dangerous spots and they were worth any of their agent power or knowledge, they would cut it out. So I don't know, and there's always this jinx. You've done some, sparring or other things in jiu-jitsu or kickboxing. I don't know. You're an athlete. I'm not. I don't know.
Yeah. I'm not an athlete, but yeah,
Okay.
I've done those
I was
things.
trying to be kind. And so
I'm a fat
aha. There we go. The
Aha.
first aha. Now we're in. So there's such a thing of getting, I kid about the good takes got done in rehearsal. And now the bad version's coming now. When you rehearse too much, you get all the good takes out of you. It's superstition, but it lends true. Sometimes just doing it, reacting live, you need to count on, if you've taken 1,000 bumps, by the way, James and everybody, you should know how the bump's going to go. You don't need to rehearse exactly where it is and all this stuff. But yeah, it's done way too much. And guess what? That natural reaction is lost, the natural cell, and even the natural body movement and language of the bump. Because, like you said, well, obviously you've rehearsed it 10 times earlier. I can tell. That's the suspension of disbelief being lost. So let me go to this. JB says, Shazam. I didn't change into somebody as a superhero.
Before you do, I want to just ask you one thing. So I mentioned this to Dutch. Should there be some sort of idea that if you have to rehearse a spot because it's so intricate, maybe you shouldn't do it in the first place?
Exactly.
Because it requires that much to remember.
Yeah. If you're a wrestler, I said this before, and I was on the indies. If you're a wrestler and walked up to me, and in modern days, let's talk about it in the way we produce. If you had to literally wheel out a smartboard and start trying to tell me the steps that are involved with the move, or it takes more than even 3 things to explain the move, I can't do it. If I can't understand it 20 to 25 years in of what you're trying to do, and you're telling me you got to be here for this, then over here for this, then over here for this, then here for that. I'm like, well, what? I can't even, this, and it's got to, and if they say you got to be in this corner and it's an indie show with not 4 cameras, then you already, it's just too much. But you're right. If it's too much to explain for an actual worker to understand, how do you think it's going to translate to people out there? I agree with Dutch. All right, Shazam. Nothing happened. All right. When I first started watching WWF wrestling back in 1997, I remember when the show was over, it just ended. But, without Paul Levesque and Lee Fittings and the credits. No credits, no nothing. I didn't know what to think at the time. This was very unusual for anything on television at the time, basically a cliffhanger. Then I started watching your channel and it does the same thing. So I guess we just end the show. I don't know. I thought do we have cliffhangers?
No, we always have an outro. What we always do is we say that we're going to do something next week and then we do something completely different.
Ah, we do the
Because this
Russo
was meant to be
swerve.
the Roddy Piper. This was meant to be Roddy Piper Part 2.
True. But RCT kicked in. Hey, here's one more, and we'll go to this because I think that we talked about the Authority turning people off literally from the show. Those 30-minute, just whatever they were, just basically giving compliments to each other. You're the Authority. Remember that? Apparently not.
Yeah.
All right. The Nature Boy, 1837. Ooh, not do my Bret Hart. Woo. I dipped out at WrestleMania 17 when Stone Cold turned heel and shook Vince's hand. Vince had just brought WCW, and without viable competition, I knew the product was going to stagnate and die. That was bad, dude. That was not a good decision.
That was a complete betrayal of the Stone Cold character. And to make it worse, it was Steve's fault because he was the one who thought it could pull it off. And he was great doing it, but it's like, it doesn't matter. The motivation doesn't make sense. If the motivation's contrived or doesn't make sense, it doesn't matter how great you perform it.
Yeah, I totally
They lost
agree.
a third. They lost a third of their viewership audience in like 9 months. It never came back.
What does Dutch say? Sometimes you just got to give them what they want. And nobody ever got tired of Stone Cold, the employee or independent contractor in this case, beating up the boss. Everybody could live like anybody that's ever had a job, continues to have a job, or will have a job, can identify with what Austin and McMahon were doing. It really was timeless if you think about it.
Here's another couple of ones for you regarding training and choreographed moves and whatnot. Stevie is right about the coaches in WWE. This is from Danny.
Dude,
so
we
I
got
also
the same
blame the
comment
coaches
in front of us. Ooh,
oh,
it's
fantastic.
scary. Danny 06969.
Yeah, read it.
No, I want you because he talks about me. I don't want
to. Okay, then. So I also blame the coaches and what WWE wants people to be. You're not yourself turned up to 11 anymore. Every punch Brett launched looks so real. I love that Brett hung onto the ropes with his mouth wide open, preventing him to fall to the mat. It's little things like that. But let's go to the beginning line there. Stevie is right about the coaches. And the reason you're so right about the coaches is because you did a guest NXT coaching spot some years ago. And what did they want you to do, Stevie? Tell the wrestlers every single move they had to make the entire way through. How does anybody learn from that? And two, how does anybody... It's like being a comedian. If your A material's not working, you've got to go with the B material or the C.
Yeah.
But what if you've only got A? And then you just go out there and flounder like that Becky Lynch, Lyra Valkyrie match that went at SummerSlam that I still can't get over.
Well, this is the deal. And it's not the coaches. I met a lot of great coaches there, and they are not allowed to give their knowledge. How can Robbie Brookside, Norman Smiley, Scotty Tuhati was there, other people that all different gamuts and different flavors of sports entertainment and old school wrestling. It's not the coaches. If you want to talk about people in power, you can talk about Matt Bloom, Salvador Del Rey, the management that doesn't really do anything to really make that system work. And because they're just cashing a check, because Vince back then, Triple H, whatever else, and now Shawn Michaels is there. And you think anybody's going to tell Shawn Michaels, hey, you're wrong about this person?
Yeah, so I was kind of talking about this video earlier with you, like,
yeah, and he's spot on.
Yeah, we're not going to watch the full 30 minutes. That's about half the video, 15 minutes.
That stayed a week this time.
But yeah, I mean,
but no, he's spot on what we was talking about earlier. It's these little fundamentals. If they don't start doing some changes, it's gonna start hurting them.
yeah, and like Stevie talks about guys being cookie cutters
Yeah.
You know, this guy,
Yeah.
at the end of this long comment, he says, all the new guys just have super kicks and dives to the outside.
Yeah.
They all wrestle like Timu Shawn Michaels.
Yeah, exactly. And some people will say, well, that's a knock on Shawn Michaels. Well, it could be on some levels, but some people want to emulate their wrestling heroes. I mean, Michaels tried to be like Ric Flair, and of course, he, did way better on certain levels than Flair, but you didn't see him, chopping or, deliberately falling face first like Flair could do. But yeah, I've seen it, where they'll have a headlock, and after that they'll do a drop kick, a super kick, and then they go flying outside. Wow. Original. See, I think we're in the wrong business, Tommy.
I don't know, man.
Because I mean, like during the Attitude Era, to me, that's peak WWF.
Yeah.
And because I mean, certain matches you could predict who the winner is going to be, but you couldn't predict how they was going to win. They could pull a fast one on you there.
Right.
Or some matches you didn't expect this person to win and they did, and you're shocked. I mean, to me, I've only seen that happen once this year, and that's when Dragunov won the U.S. title from Sami Zayn. That was a little bit of a stunner. I was like, whoa.
Yeah. So, like, I've been watching a lot of Stevie Richards. You can see that my watch history here.
Yeah, the man knows his stuff.
I mean, he'd had a Survivor Series review, and like we could do that, and we could break it down like he did. But I think to save time, let's just talk about what you liked about Survivor Series.
Well, for the most part, I liked the two main events. The women's main event, there's parts of the match they could have done differently. You could tell there's some botches, and it didn't surprise me that the baby faces won. And of course, vice versa, it didn't surprise me that as I affectionately call them, the Lack of Vision won. I figured they would, because they're getting momentum as heels, but that's typical WWE policy. You got to have a strong heel to bring in a stronger baby face. And it did catch me off guard when we saw the mask guy climb over, do the stomp, which had everyone saying, oh, Seth Rollins is back. No. If Seth is lucky, he'll probably be back by SummerSlam, if he's lucky. Because the way they're talking about his shoulder, he's out 6 months to a year. So that'd be almost SummerSlam, if he ever comes back. Because really, if you think about it, what would he come back to? Because by then, Punk should be gone, unless they're going to let him be. Unless somehow he's going to knock off Braun Breaker, we'll say hypothetically at WrestleMania, and then Rollins will challenge Punk later. And they have a hell of a feud, but it's just, are people going to wait that long for it to happen? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And because really, that's what it looked like, in my opinion, it was building towards, when Seth screwed over Punk. Well, not really screwed over, but Money in the Bank him. It's still kind of screw over, but. And I figured he's going to let him hold the belt until WrestleMania and then build them two up. But then when he got hurt, that changed all their plans. Or maybe Braun Breaker will get that match and he'll actually lose it. Either, the Vision will turn on him or the Masked Man will attack him.
Yeah, who do you think it is? Because I think it's Austin Theory.
It's either Austin Theory or I'm still convinced it's Randy Orton. Because a lot of people are like, that's Seth Rollins. I'm like, no, he's too big to be Seth Rollins. Now, one person thought it was R-Truth.
Nah. I heard someone think it was Dean Ambrose or Jon Moxley.
Now, see, that is a possibility, but I don't know, because I thought Ambrose is still under contract with AEW, And AEW's already made it clear that their contract wrestlers will never work with the other company if they're under contract. Because a lot of people was wanting Cena taking on Edge on Saturday night's main event. I was even rooting for that. And Cena is still under contract. So, or not Cena, but Edge is still under AEW contracts. That's not going to happen. It'd be nice.
Yeah,
You can,
got a
you
lot
can,
of fans out there who want to fantasy.
and,
You know, they call it fantasy booking.
yeah. And then a lot of people was thinking, yes, some of these younger wrestlers, even I agree with this, should have took on Cena in the Saturday night's main event. Let Cena lose fair and square. That way he puts this wrestler over and gives them a chance to move on like you're supposed to do. That's what the older wrestler's job is when they start becoming, more of a liability than an asset. Start putting over the younger talent, keep the business going. That's the job. And in that way, you look better when you go to the Hall of Fame because you've helped keep the business. You see what I'm saying? You keep the business afloat. And that's why I think they've really dropped the ball, like I said earlier, with Cena being Intercontinental champ. They should have let him knock off Dirty Dom, because having two belts, that's another thing that gets on my nerves. It's like he's, what is it, AA, AAA, battery champ, whatever the hell it is.
Yeah.
And I'm not knocking that wrestling promotion. I've watched some of it, but you're trying to wrestle in two different divisions. You're trying to put them both over. It's not easy to do, even in the old days.
Yeah, and I just don't give a fuck about AAA, dude.
Yeah. See, it's just, let him be AAA champ and then be the King of Mexico, or whatever the hell King of Luchadors. That's what he calls himself. Then maybe let his dad come in and whip his ass.
Yeah,
and
like
take a AAA belt off him. That'd be something to watch.
Yeah, I'm not watching soccer. I'm not watching AAA. Sorry.
But now they put the Intercontinental title on him, and who's going to take it from him? What challengers is out there? Rusev should have had it, didn't get it. Maybe LA Knight, if he's willing to go for a secondary title to build himself up for the big one. Because I figured eventually he's going to get a world title shot eventually.
Well, Stevie Richards, he said that the only way you can fix it is if you give LA Knight the world title.
Yeah. Oh, I agree.
Because he's been losing so much.
Yeah. And he's one of your most popular stars. I mean, I said if Stone Cold and Randy Orton had a butt baby, it'd be LA Knight. Because, he walks in the ring like Stone Cold. He's got Randy Orton's attitude. He semi-uses Randy Orton's. Actually, it's a mixture of Stone Cold and Randy Orton's finishing hold. The BTF or BFT or MLB or NFL or whatever the hell it is.
Well, yeah. Well, people compare him to The Rock too. I know Stevie Richards called him Stone Cold Rock Love Child. It'd be LA.
Yeah. Well, there's also that factor.
He's a throwback.
And it was cool. He was U.S. champ, and I thought immediately he should have challenged whoever the world champ was at the time and won it, and that would have been perfect.
Who was it? Jay? Was it Jay?
I think it was Jay at the time, and see that'd make a hell of a match because they've wrestled before, and there were some exciting matchups.
The Yeet versus the Yeah should have happened.
Yeah, and that'd have been perfect, but no. Like I said, I love CM Punk, but this is where the politics come into play. You got to give Punky his gold before he calls it quits. Hate to say that about my second favorite wrestler, but I can see what's going on.
Yeah, I don't blame him for that. There's worse things to not agree with Punk about.
Yeah. Like I said, I was tickled he knocked off Gunther, and that was still a great SummerSlam match, especially when he broke Gunther's nose. That was something.
I know you love that spot.
Oh, because he connected with that knee, and I thought that was a tooth, and here that was slobber. And then when I started looking at Gunther's face, you could see his nose actually was over almost 1.5 inches. I was like, ooh, he broke his nose. So when he gave him the second one, if you watched, he knees him in the chest. I seen that. And that's what I call a protection spot.
Yeah, because you don't want to fucking destroyed.
You don't want to chance it and hit him again because I mean, you hit the nose in the wrong angle, you can kill somebody.
Yeah.
And that was perfect. And then Gunther hurry up, got the pin, then he rolled out and got medical attention. And then I do like this new Gunther style, the way he comes in. He doesn't talk nearly as much, but still, I don't know. It's just, I figure him and Cena, if they do it the way I think it's going to happen, it's going to be a hell of a match, I think. But I still think he should have someone like AJ Styles. That would be LA Knight or even Uso.
Yeah, well, you're not going to have a lot of technical wrestling. I mean, Gunther can wrestle technical, but he's mostly a power lifter.
And chopper and kicker.
Yeah, they're both powerhouses. Like, so it's going to be a lot of body slams.
Yeah,
attitude adjustment, power bomb.
Yeah, that's going to be okay. But how many times is Gunther going to kick out of the? I don't know what he calls his finishing move, attitude adjustment. Now it used to be, what was it? The FA, then the FU, then the AA, and it's like, just pick one name for your finishing move.
Yeah.
And it's going to be, I admit, I probably will shed some tears when he does the 5-knuckle shuffle. I will cry over that because I enjoy that sometimes.
Yeah, man.
And yeah, I'll admit it. I'll cry my eyes out when the match is over and Cena's sitting there waving at the crowd. I'll admit it.
I love Cena, man. I
do too. I mean,
I saw him in person, and it was like I was like a fangirl, dude. I was like, John Cena, oh my god! I'm a grown ass man. Fucking.
No, I mean, I would do the same if I got to meet CM Punk. And what has me excited, I think I've said this before, is two of my best friends who are internet sensations are best friends with Mr. Brooks, the Soska sisters.
Ah, yes.
And they told me maybe one day, if I write a poem about Punk, which I did one time, and they loved it, they told me if I'd write another one, they'd send it to him. And then I started thinking, wow, maybe one of these days he'll read it, and maybe if he had some free time, he'll want to meet me. And I'll admit, I'll bawl my fucking eyes out. After I say it's clobbering time. But
man, you know what they say, don't meet your heroes, man. I don't know.
Well, true, but see, to me, flawed heroes are your greatest heroes. Case in point, Gary Buechler, who runs Nerdrotic and Friday Night Tights. If you look at his history, he was a criminal, went to jail for a while, had an alcohol and drug problem, and look at him now. One of the biggest interneters in history. And he's a hero to me.
Yeah. I love CM Punk too, dude. I like as much as
he's my second favorite wrestler of all time, only Dusty Rhodes. No one will replace Dusty Rhodes. And that stems from the first time I saw him in '85 when he did the Hard Times interview, baby. Hard Times. I was hooked. And to watch him, take the beatings he took and still come back and kick your ass the next night, you got to love that. I still do. I mean, if you think about it, he was Stone Cold before there was Stone Cold. And they're both Texans.
Yeah, man. Dusty was a legend as well, man.
Yeah. And if you look at his history, it's something to behold. He literally was his son of a plumber, and he talked about how he made his own wrestling ring with some cardboard and rubber hose, garden hose, and made his first wrestling ring.
Damn.
So that's dedication. And then when he finally got in the business, he started out as a heel, which people don't realize that. They think he's been a hero all the time. No, he actually started out as a heel. And I think, 78 or 79, he went to Championship Florida, and that's where he became the American Dream and became the biggest star down there, for popularity.
Yes, sir.
And of course, if you the rest is pretty much history. I mean, he went to WWF for a while and did those matches with superstar Billy Graham where he almost won the world title. And that's what gave McMahon the idea for Cody to finish the story. Well, it's Cody's idea, but also McMahon's as well. They worked on it. Because he wanted to do what his dad couldn't do. He wanted to take the big WWF title belt. And, yeah, I loved how they did it. Granted, I was a little bit heartbroken when he lost the first time to Roman, but then I started thinking, yeah, if you really want something, you really have to earn it. And then, of course, he got hurt, so I figured that was also a factor. Remember, he had that, what was it, his shoulder?
Torn pectoral.
Yeah, torn pec, yeah. And then them matches with Brock Lesnar, that was something.
Yeah, man. Even Brock shook his hand and raised his hand.
Yeah, and gave him a little, like, headbutt, friendly headbutt saying, all right, I don't like you, but I respect you. That's high praise. But, yeah. And, of course, we all know, WrestleMania last year. Some people still complain about the way it ended, but I enjoyed it. Because it made sense. You had to put all the odds against him. He overcame.
Yeah, we're gonna watch that Travis Scott video next.
Okay.
But do you see the video that says, "Is this the worst spot in wrestling?"
Yes, I do.
Or I could try to zoom in for you. Oops. So we've already talked about Jey Uso, right?
Yep.
We pretty much said what he said. Like, it was really good in the beginning, and now it feels like he's forcing it.
Yep. He's becoming stale.
Yeah. And the worst spot in wrestling history, or just in wrestling, Stevie, they talk about the dive where, like, Io Sky, for example, she'll do the dive from the top 4 games.
What a trash can. I mean,
and everybody's just standing there gonna catch her fall.
Yeah.
And it kind of kills me because
I mean,
running away,
Yeah, last year when she did it, that was something that's groundbreaking. Don't ever do it again. That's a once in a lifetime thing.
She's done it 3 times because she's did it.
Yeah,
she did it before that too.
Yeah, it's too predictable and it don't have the same impact.
So and like part of that was when I mentioned, like, they talked about going and fighting outside of the ring used to mean something.
Yeah.
And now everybody's diving outside of the ring on a Monday Night Raw,
Yeah, it's like, okay.
And everybody's doing it. The girls are doing it. The guys are doing it.
That's too much.
And he said the only times, like, you should do it really is like an Undertaker who can do that at a high level at WrestleMania, excluding the one time his Jimmy Snuka's son or whatever, he didn't catch him.
Yeah.
But keep those big moments for big fucking pay-per-views. Don't just
do exactly.
Yo, Dysik.
What's up?
Yo, hey, you sound good, unlike John.
Hey, Dysik.
How's it going, Jerry?
I'm good. We had John, but for some reason, I think he jumped into either the Allegheny or the Monongahela River, or maybe the Ohio River. He was underwater. It was sad.
What the
So
fuck?
sad. It was so sad. We lost him, didn't we? Didn't we, Tommy? We lost him.
Well, damn.
Hey, I think my headphones got some juice now, so I'm gonna plug them back in.
Okay. Yeah, we've been having internet issues.
What did I miss?
Well, let's see. WWE wrestling is pretty much going belly up with its predictability, staleness. What other words am I lacking here? And some of it is kind of self-inflicted, and some of it's because of changes of protocol, like with their new concussion protocols. I don't know if you ever noticed, when they hit each other with weapons, they never go for the head.
Right.
And that's why you notice they don't do chair shots that much. And chair shots has always been a wrestling staple for years. But now, it's no go to the head.
Right.
And then how, like in my opinion, some of their predictableness, like they'll build up a title match, he's going to defend the belt against this guy. Well, that guy's going to lose. Because this guy's only been champ for 2 weeks, and if they're going to keep him around for a while, he's not going to lose the belt. So why show the match? We already know he's going to win.
Right.
And then I can sit there and literally predict the match before it even happens.
Yeah, there's a lot of that going on. And,
Yeah. And
I'm trying to think of like, okay, there was because they telegraph it a lot. We've talked about this before. They tend to telegraph a lot of this stuff, and the leaks don't help. Whenever some of this stuff comes out, like in the leaks, we all know the Masked Man is Austin Theory. We all know.
See, I'm still convinced it could also be Randy Orton because he hadn't been around for a while.
Oh, it's Austin Theory, bro. Come on.
Well, this time I got the LA Knight. Nah.
Oh, bro, they will. Go ahead.
It could be Austin Theory. I mean, that's a possibility, but I mean, actually, I'm thinking it could be two people.
It could be.
Yeah, it could be both, really, if you think about it, just to kind of really throw people off. Because what's so stupid is Adam Pearce getting the Keystone Cop referees to chase this guy down. They've done that stupid ass wrestling stunt for years. Why? Stop.
Yeah.
Just reveal it and get it over with.
Because what's going to happen when they do reveal it? Everybody's going to be like, "Yeah, we know."
Yeah. And the magic's already gone,
Exactly.
Or maybe they'll shock us and it'll be, at first we'll think it's our truth, and our truth's like, wait a minute, I'm in the wrong wrestling company. He'll pull a stupid stunt like that.
So let me catch Dysek up. So we talked about
already.
We were reacting to the Stevie Richards shows, most recent videos. This one is why WWE in 2025 is total shit. We talked about that.
Yeah.
And just a quick breakdown. He just talked about the fundamentals and the basics, the ring IQ being a lost art.
Mm-hmm.
And today you have a lot of guys who can, do crazy stunts, like they can backflip in their sleep, right? But they don't have the experience, and maybe they're not getting the shared experience from their coaches, and maybe it's like a board issue with TKO.
Yeah.
And it's not really about like what Hunter or Sean wants to do or Booker T, because these guys are trying their best, but it's not all of their fault. And what else were we talking about? Basics, fundamentals.
Yeah. And like I said, some of it is self-inflicted, and some of it is, like I said, because of changes in protocols behind the scenes.
Yeah.
Like I said, ever since they've done these newer concussion protocols, I've noticed, some of the more hard-hitting action I used to really enjoy is slowly being phased out. Except for like some of the, like we talked about, when they dive out of the ropes and land on somebody, they're hitting them pretty hard then, but.
Yeah, but well, and then we talked about, that dive from the outside being stupid because everybody's kind of waiting there to get landed on.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's getting old.
And Samoa Joe did it the best, where he would just say nope and he would walk away.
Yeah.
And that was the most realistic. And yes, of course, we talked about LA Knight. I see your profile.
Yeah.
picture.
Yeah.
And Stevie Richards said, and we agree with this, the only way you can fix the LA Knight problem is you have to give him the world title.
Yeah. Yeah. And do it soon.
Otherwise, all the losing will mean nothing.
Yeah.
You have another Zack Ryder.
Yeah. And he'll jump ship.
Yeah, who's organically over, and you don't push him.
Yeah.
I don't know if you saw my video on that. I made a video because the night after that match with Gunther, I was like, "Fucking really? This is what they're doing with LA Knight still?"
Yeah.
And so, yeah, I made a video myself. So,
Yeah, me and
it's,
Tommy
it's
discussed
now or
it.
never, though. So, like, if he doesn't get Cena, well, then give him the world champion. Who's the current world champion? I forget.
That would be CM Punk. Yeah, CM Punk.
Give LA Knight CM Punk.
Yeah, that'd be a hell of a match. And then have him take on Braun Breaker.
Braun, yeah.
And that I think that would be even more exciting. I'm not knocking my hero Punk, but it's
make it a triple threat, man.
Okay, yeah.
Like somehow put LA Knight in a tournament for a #1 contenders match.
Yeah.
And then he can say, well, I have a stipulation.
Or, better yet, it could be a 3-way matchup. He would take on Logan Paul and Bronson Reed.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and a handicap match to make him strong.
And the problem is that's where you could see the vision starting to unravel, where Reed and Logan would start turning on each other.
Yeah, they're like, we lost to one man. What the fuck?
You know.
Yeah.
If they're gonna make him world champion soon, then like they should really start thinking about like making him win the Royal Rumble, LA Knight.
Yeah, do it at the Rumble. That makes perfect sense.
Yo, can you speak up a little bit, or are you covering your mic or something?
Maybe I was. Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah. My pinky was over the mic. Yeah.
What?
What?
1 beer.
What?
2 beers.
3 beers. 4 beers. 5 beers. Okay, I won't continue. Back to See, we don't want to follow WWF protocol here. Do the same thing over and over.
Okay. Did you guys see the fan? He's a little creepy, a little obsessed with AJ Lee. And he made an AI video of AJ Lee kissing him.
Oh,
AJ
no.
Lee saw it, and she DM'd him or replied to him on Twitter and said, "This is harassment. Please delete it." And I think this is a bigger topic than just AJ Lee.
Uh-oh.
This is a topic about AI and whether or not
how scary it's getting.
Well, you call it scary, but I just think people, as long as they aren't making horrible stuff, like CP or I think a lot of that stuff is pretty innocent compared to what they could be making.
Yeah.
And like it is creepy. Like I wouldn't make a AI video of me and some girl, that is straight up weird, but I don't think it should be illegal. And John Cena even talked about like, well, if you use my face in an AI movie and I had no say in it, is that fair? And I understand that part of it as like, actors, are they going to be redundant if you can just have an AI version of him that's, fucking Harrison Ford in his prime, and let's make a bunch of Star Wars movies with Han Solo in his prime, right? Versus, but like how fair is that to Harrison Ford? And at the same time, though, if you're not, I think Jed was talking about this, the Hollywood Scholar. He said basically, if you have the rights to a property and you did not obtain it illegally, so if you're not pirating a movie clip, and then, if you're not pirating a picture that's copywritten or whatever, and you make AI, you don't owe anyone anything because it's now a transformed video or it's now a transformed picture. It's not the original picture that you used. And so, and this guy took a picture with AJ Lee. He has the rights to that picture. He owns that picture.
Yep.
and he puts it in AI. And like Stevie Richards, he hates it. You know, he's in the side of, you know, he's kind of being a. Well, he's just defending the women. You know, he's saying,
Yeah.
like, you can't do this to these girls. You can't.
If you
harass
make
them
the
at
video and you keep it private for yourself, so be it. I think what they're worried about is this guy will show it on the internet and people thinking, oh, AJ's cheating on Punk, you know.
Yeah, that's
But
something
this
that
is-
could be concerning.
Okay, but they do that to every celebrity. Every celebrity has
Well, that's true, too.
deepfaked. Every celebrity has been copied. You know, before AI, it was already happening with Photoshop. You know, Photoshop was that big scary thing back then, and
Yes.
now it's AI. It's just like an upgraded Photoshop, and you can literally put, you know, anybody's face in a porno or anybody's face in an action movie.
So
I've
I can make a-
nutted pretty good to some of them deep fakes. I'm not
Yeah,
going.
dude, the deep fakes are fire, dude. Those are
Yeah.
bro. That's a man of culture right there, dude.
I agree. Yeah, I mean, I could make a video of me and Stephanie Vakir.
Hey, you go for that, bro.
Send me the link. Just don't show yourself. Just the point of view, you know.
Well, this is what the actors and writers strike was a couple years ago. It was about this exact thing. Like it was.
Yeah.
I think they realized that the writing's on the wall. They're going to be fucking irrelevant, and so.
Yep.
Is it fair to them? Probably not. But also,
Nope.
they're Hollywood actors and they suck. So fuck them.
Also true.
And McDonald's, they just got hella backlash for using AI. So it's not it's not ready as far as like going mainstream or they're making movies out of it.
Yeah.
I think right now it's the early stages. It could be ready in a year from now, you know, because there's a lot of guys who just fuck around with AI like I do, and then there's people who are fucking mastering it and making it a skill, you know, something that they could make money in the real world with.
Looking at you, Shadden Brooks.
Yeah, Chad was talking about that. I bet you saw
Chad
that.
and Brooks.
So let's watch this.
Here.
Because John Romero and Stevie Richards, they kind of give it to this fan, and they kind of stick it to the fans, in my opinion, because they kind of you know, they say this guy's an incel, he's a loser, you know.
Typical high ground standing
Yeah,
celebrity thing.
Yeah,
Trying
like,
to be all moral.
and like protect women, you know, you disrespect women, you know, that kind of thing.
Like you telling me that if I look even 5 minutes into Stevie Richards' closet, that he's going to be completely clean, is what you're telling me.
Yeah, so and I love these guys, so this isn't me taking a shot at them. But I think we can all agree that because they have so much, like, I don't know, influence, so many followers, maybe they don't really want to say what they want to say. But that's a problem. Is like, because we're underground streamers, you know what I mean? These mainstream streamers, bro, like they don't really be saying what they want to say.
Yeah,
That's true.
It's like rap, it's like the music industry, you know. Once you go mainstream, you got an agent, you got fucking PR,
You got your handlers, your
Yeah,
baggage
man.
claimers.
oh, that
You got-
sounds gay. It's
You
all
got your
gay.
connections. You got your groupies.
Yep.
I don't want
and-
none of that.
Yeah, me neither, bro. I want to be with the underground where they let me say nigga and, like, you know, it doesn't matter. Dude. 'Cause people,
I'm not
dude,
gonna
I
say
get
the word.
so many black followers. It's funny how many black people love when I say nigga. It's actually kind of
Well,
funny. Dude.
the difference is as long as you use the IA, not the ER. See, that's the key word.
Well, in person, I've done it, and they still fucking love it.
I'm not going to say it because I'm not so worried about someone snapping back at me. I just don't see the point. I'm like, it's a fucking
That's-
word.
That's
I'm
fair.
just, I'm
If you
just
don't let a
edgy.
word bother you, then you're weak. I
I'm
mean,
edgy and cool. Okay.
I don't know. I heard you diving under the desk when I heard them sirens a little bit ago.
Hey, bro.
Ice, ice, baby.
Yo tengo vanilla. Yo también. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know where that accent comes from. You know, it's almost I'm like a half spick, half beaner. I'm not fully illegal, okay?
All right, all right. I withdraw. Can't see me.
I'm getting real sick of these racist jokes from you, Jerry.
Oh, whoa. What do you mean for me?
You know me, I would never say anything racist.
Oh, okay.
So that's how I feel about this video. Let's watch it, man.
All right.
Right, our last bit of news, and then, as a bit of a rarity, we're going to actually have a little game at the end of this episode as well. But before we get to the game, AJ Lee, crazy fan. So, recently a fan, and this is a different fan, had covertly filmed CM Punk and AJ Lee going into their hotel and basically telling people what their hotel was, and also, you know, showing them getting food, and then he posted it for reasons unknown. I don't know. But that was like one thing. But then something, you know, far more insidious was this fan, I guess. Put it this way, he's got Chris Benoit tattoos on him.
Really?
And
God.
hashtags of Chris Benoit is innocent and that kind of nonsense. So, you know, just like absolute mutant of a weirdo. Anyway, this delusional nutbag who's absolutely obsessed with AJ Lee, you should see his timeline. It had 20 pages of AJ Lee photos and whatnot from one day. That's all it was. So, I mean, like, dangerous, basically. Dangerous level of obsession. He went to a convention in New York. AJ Lee was there. He got a photo with AJ Lee. That all went absolutely fine. And then he went back home, I guess, whatever bunker he lives in, and then uploaded said photo to an AI video generator and then changed it so the photo became a video of him and AJ Lee kissing. And has since been saying that he won't take it down, despite the fact that AJ Lee has personally tweeted him and said, this is really disrespectful, take it down, and he won't. And like the odd fellow weirdo has said, oh, you know, fans' rights. What about fans' rights and how this is fine? It's just a nice tribute and stuff. Anyway, it's all bananas. It's just, these are the kind of people you just don't bump into in real life, but exist on like some other realm that sort of crawl out from under the woodwork to. These are the kind of people, Stevie, I guess you dread at conventions, I suppose.
Well, I would dread it in real life as my real name, Michael. Anybody would dread that kind of obsession to the point of being very unhealthy and then outwardly putting all that stuff up. If you put up a picture, now, what, however many posts or whatever in one day, that's disturbing enough. And then creating AI of that type of thing can be very, and then doubling and tripling down. And then you had shown people responding and saying, like you said, fans' rights, let the guy have to pay tribute to her or do whatever. This is where, you know, it's scary enough for a guy with an obsessed fan or anything like that. But for a girl that barely weighs 100 pounds, that basically now she's going to have to hold her breath, or maybe not, maybe it traumatized her enough to say, and ruin it for the good fans out there to say, I'm not doing any more signings or conventions, at least for a while, because God knows what they're going to do. Now, this might also put in some sort of rules or maybe legislation, go that far, who knows, to say when you're dealing with a public figure or anybody in general, you take a picture, you can't do that. Maybe the conventions will do that, or the vendors, you know what I mean? You say by agreeing to take this picture or coming to the convention that you will not use this for any kind of AI type of situations of kissing or sexual content or nature or something like that. I don't know. It's a slippery slope no matter what. But at the core of it, AI or not, there are obsessed fans out there. This is the thing. When you what's fan short for? Fanatic.
Fanatic.
You can be a fanatic and be obsessed with something or somebody to a certain point, and then it becomes very, very unhealthy. Even obsession in itself can be very unhealthy. So, and they do have the person, basically, if you want, you know, you have a lot more precedent than I do in your mind. The thing that reaches out to me and hits me over the head with the rubber mallet punch is, what about the guy who showed up at the Performance Center multiple times and didn't he have a gun too?
I know for a fact they gave him a restraining order.
Yeah, this was time and time and time again until it almost got to a pretty deadly level.
There's the Sonya Deville one. That's the most famous recently, where the guy got like 15 years.
Okay, but now they're like comparing this AI video to like real criminal activity.
Yeah.
And so like, I love these guys. You know, I'm not gonna make this a clickbait video about, well, fuck Stevie and James Romero. You know, I agree with 9 out of 10 things they say, but this like them taking the high road of like it just kind of feels like anti-gooner to me. It feels anti, like I don't know. It just feels like they want censorship. And the thing where I disagree is like they'll tell us not to do it, but then they'll go use AI, like Gavin Newsom for example. Not to get too political, but he wanted to make AI videos of politicians illegal to stop propaganda. That's what he claimed. But then recently he makes a fucking AI video of anti-Trump propaganda. So he wants to make it illegal, but he wants to use it for himself. So it's like I'm not accusing James or Stevie of using AI or any of that.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is if you ban it because you disagree with something, I don't think you have a lot of foundation for a legislative movement to ban AI art, I think the guy should be free to express his sexuality. I think we need to be more open-minded because
Yeah.
we live in this fucking world where everybody's so liberal and open-minded, except when it's a guy and he's a fucking incel. Oh, fuck him. He's a creep. He's probably going to stalk her and end up slicing her throat. She needs extra security.
Well, let's analyze that. Let's analyze that whole thing because, okay, these women, let's start by just addressing these women are dressing in these very sexy outfits.
They sexualize themselves. Yes.
Not just themselves, but also the company sells them that way. They've been doing it since the 90s. I don't know if you remember Sable's outfit, where she had the two handprints on her chest.
Oh yeah, big time.
So like they're trying to make money off of this stuff, and the victimhood blaming of like, oh well, apparently it works so good that now people are making AI deepfake porn. Excuse me, I just ate Taco Bell. AI.
Hey, I had Taco Bell earlier.
Like they're acting like these pearl clutching losers because they're like, how dare these people jerk off to the sexy women that we put on TV,
right?
And so it's, and like you said before, like comparing the criminal activity of stalkers to an AI photo or an AI generated thing is it's I don't know, it's
a reach.
It is a bit of a reach. And like for me, for example, I use or at least I used to use AI for my album covers, and there was like one I did for Raylos Are Weird, that song. I got another Raylos Are Weird coming out December 18th.
You made Raylo porn with AI? Is that what I'm hearing?
No, I made an album cover with Kylo Ren and Rey, but it sounds worse than it is.
Album cover, right?
Yes, it was an album cover, but I had to cover up their faces because I knew damn well that I was probably going to get hit with something. Whether it was tomorrow or down the line, Disney was going to find it and then be like, oh, that's Kylo Ren and Rey. We're going to hit you. So I kind of had to cover them up a little bit to make it seem like, I could avoid the copyright issue, because I still think they could try and pull some shit. And
well, that's why the laws need to be updated, because like Stevie was saying, there aren't really any laws for this guy to not be able to make that kind of AI art.
Yeah.
Especially if he owns the fucking picture,
Right.
Yep.
And so I'm like, even with your AI, you don't own the Disney characters.
No.
But you own the AI because you probably paid for credits on, Sora or Open Art, whatever. Because you usually have to pay for those. They maybe give you a couple free ones, but they turn out like shit, and you got to keep trying, right?
Right.
Yep.
And look, there is something about the gentlemen of this generation being lost, but so are these classy women. There are none. How can you expect every fan? And by the way, this guy made you. This guy's been paying, like, all these simps. They fucking made you when they bought the merch, when they bought your fucking action figure, your T-shirt.
Yep, because they believe in you.
So it's a give and take. It's a gift and a curse. Yeah, okay. I don't necessarily want someone to be obsessing over me all the time either. And trust me, it happens all the time.
Oh,
Like that AI video of you getting arrested by ICE. Okay.
Yeah. Look, I don't like when it happens, but it happens, okay? I can't. I'm just the cool guy everybody wants to talk about. I don't know.
With celebrity status, this kind of stuff happens anyway. Look at any movie star, right?
Yeah.
Movie stars are a little bit more protected because I mean they have more money and they're so like in their
They can
little
afford
bubble
private
that,
security.
but they also don't travel and go to meetups and fan engaging like WWE superstars do. So there is a certain degree of like exposure that women in wrestling have compared to movie stars. So that's I am being fair when I say that, but at the same time, you look at a lot of the male wrestlers when they retire, they'll either go into management or they'll go start to work acting. Look at Sheamus and John Cena. That they start to transition to acting, but the women, if they don't make it into the acting sphere, where do they go? They go to OnlyFans. You start to notice that, and it's like this pearl clutching.
Yep, Mandy
around,
Rose, Cora Jade, Lacey Evans, or Lacey something.
Yeah, I'm actually kind of surprised that she joined OnlyFans, but hey, make that bag if you want.
And I've not paid for that. I don't want to pay the fucking money. I'm like, whatever.
All that money goes to the little hat people.
Yeah,
people.
yeah, man.
But like
Never heard
basically,
put that way.
but basically, like this idea that the whole we have sexy women on TV. We got lonely men who are they want something. They want some form of affection, and they grab an attachment.
It's not
to
even.
these...
Sometimes it is that sad, but sometimes it's not that sad.
Right?
You know what I mean? Like, I can say I'm a gooner, but it doesn't mean I'm like not gonna buy a ticket. You know what I mean? Like these guys can afford tickets too.
Yeah.
And there's probably CEOs who simp for fucking Liv Morgan or whoever.
Vince McMahon simped for plenty of girls on the roster.
Right? Yeah, exactly. So
simp for other things.
A lot of just because this guy's posting it on Twitter, you could have pretended to not see it, but you instead made it bigger by replying.
Exactly. So
phrasing. I couldn't help it.
All right, let's keep watching this video, man.
Looked weirdly like Hornswoggle, where he basically had like a kidnap kit with him. And did he actually get into the house or not?
No, I think it was outside the house. It was like 2 a.m. or something like that. Then they called the police.
Yeah, I didn't catch that. What?
Yeah,
that's actually fucking hilarious.
They try to nag my boy. Yeah, so we agree. This is like way, way different though than AI.
Police on him, and he drove from North Carolina, right, to Florida.
It's just, but the thing is, how it works. You must have seen all these, these like love bombing fakes, pretending to be wrestlers or Hollywood stars or celebrities in some way, who all of a sudden, a really famous one that happened just yesterday that made the news over here, Jason Momoa, like a woman in her 70s was convinced that this fake account was Jason Momoa, and he was going through a divorce. He just needed some money, and over the course, got out of it about $100,000.
Oh my god!
Yeah, they did that with
it's
Brad
like, hey,
Pitt,
some people are incredibly stupid. Some people.
Oh man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, see that?
You got to talk about the women gooners. Everybody assumes a gooner is a male. No, there are women gooner losers out there.
There's a bunch out there, dude. There's
fall
so
for
many.
Yeah.
Oh,
see,
Jason Momoa messaged me. Get the fuck.
Yeah. He's gonna let me appear as an extra in Aquaman. All I gotta do is give him $100,000. I'll sell my house.
I do feel bad for Granny. Granny, I would hate if someone did that to my grandmother. God rest her soul. But yeah, I mean, it's a scumbag move to scam a grandma pretending to be Jason Momoa. But
yeah,
and that did nothing wrong, man. In my opinion, like it's creepy, yeah, but it's like whatever.
To me, like I said, if he kept it in private or just shared it with some of his friends off the net, not a big deal. But if he put it on the internet where everybody could see it, yeah, I could see where that could cross a few lines.
Yeah.
Because I mean, because people come, Punk, did you know your wife was sleeping with this other guy? You know, and I'm sure Punk would be confused after he had his oatmeal. But anyway.
Yeah, like the dude, I don't think the dude should have posted that online. I think
Yeah,
that
see,
was
that's
probably.
I mean,
that's my only problem.
maybe not
It's
the
just-
smartest move, but I'm sure he wasn't expecting her to reply or for it to go viral at all.
Right.
Well, that's the internet, folks.
So yeah, that is on him, but also at the same time, it was pretty innocent. It wasn't him clapping her cheeks or smacking her ass. Like it
Yeah,
was.
Wouldn't
yeah,
that be
that is
something?
the other factor. If he was trying to do something other than just kissing her or holding her hand, yeah, then I could see really crossing the line.
Yeah, then everyone would be like, "Yo, this is the wrong website for that, bro."
Yeah.
You know?
Well, she replied to him on Twitter. Is that what I'm hearing? Because it's not like he
Yeah,
posted
Yep.
this on X videos and she replied on X videos.
right. Yeah, I guess if he posted it on a porn site, it would be less.
I was like, well, wait a
seen.
minute.
Next thing you know, Triple H will hire him and he'll have a match against Punk, and it'll be in the Elimination Chamber.
Oh, fuck that. He's going to become a match booker and they'll have AI matches.
Yeah. Hey, look at CM Punk. He looks like when he first started.
Why spend 3 years training in wrestling school when you can just become an AI thing and wrestle an AI?
Well, that's what Stevie and John were literally just talking about. They're talking about.
See, then we could have Andre the Giant versus the Big Show. I always would love to see a matchup like that with both of them in their prime.
I'm
'Cause
going
I
to stick
think-
to MLK versus Hitler.
Or Mr. Rogers versus Bob Ross. Oh, wow. Modern
Right.
technology. Gotta love it.
All right, let's finish this fucking video.
People are incredibly naive. Some people are basically born taken advantage of. And I'm not victim blaming here, but some people are like that and need like extra protection, I guess. But then there's also people out there that don't have, as you would say, the checks and balances in their life to stop them from getting this obsessed or from not having, not having an idea of what societal norms are, like this AI photo. And I saw some responses to my video saying, it's not that bad. You're acting like it did X, Y, Z. It's like, yes, it is that bad, in fact, because you said it's a slippery slope. It's like, and this is really, bear with me here. This is like when back in the day, it always used to be a joke where some weirdo would steal some lady's undies off the washing line, right? They used to be like, oh, that's funny. Huh? No, that's now taken extremely seriously because it's almost like a gateway drug to more serious offenses. And I look at this as a gateway action to more serious offenses. That's just how I see it.
I would look at, this obviously isn't just in my estimation from seeing patterns of behavior. This is not a new thing that this type of fan does. You know what I mean? Like, what's the history? What's the pattern? How long has this person been stalking AJ Lee for months or years? Right? Is there something going on? I watched the show on Prime. You should see it, everybody else.
Sorry. When you say stalking, I have to correct there. Being obsessed with. There's no allegations of stalking.
No, I'm not making allegations
yeah.
of any of that. I'm just saying, is there any kind of pattern or history with the behavior? I watched a show on Prime called Lazarus, where they had that guy. There was a guy in the show that was taking women's underwear. And they were like, he's like, that's all I was guilty of. Well, he turned out to be a murderer too. So there you have it. You know what I mean? Just very much no. We're not saying any of that, but AJ Lee has her head on a swivel. CM Punk has a head on his swivel for his wife. Because who's to say now every time she does a signing, public appearance, goes to the gym, goes to the hotel, now we got to look, or we got to get her security, which I really think we have Rhea Ripley. We have other people, other women, especially Liv Morgan, that have basically been in uncomfortable situations with fans. When will WWE, at least for the women, get them viable security, have checks and balances to protect the talent?
Well, they can only do this for like airports and stuff in the arena, but this was a third-party booking, so that wouldn't be, I would suggest, WWE's remit to provide security for AJ Lee.
Well, the talent might not like this, but take away third-party bookings. I mean, what's this person's reward? How much money? I know she's kind of part-time right now, but there has to be some level of protection for her. And if it's on the vendor or on her or Punk to do it, everybody's like, well, it's just a guy who took a picture. It's just a guy who uploaded an AI thing of them kissing or doing whatever. You kind of got to lean on the side of being cautious and wary and being proactive with any of that. There was forget the show. I was
You
like
know,
My Sister's
Kitchen is
Woman,
pretty
something like that.
secure.
Some sitcom star. This guy was super obsessed with her for years and years and years, and ended up, you know what, in the end, and she's no longer with us.
Yeah. Did you ever watch the interview with Prince Andrew, the really famous one where he claimed
he doesn't sweat?
Yeah. So the interviewer is called Emily Mathis, and she had a stalker for years as well. And that actually comes up in A Very Royal Scandal, the 3-part series. It's on Prime over here. I don't know where it is in the States, but may well be on Prime as well. It's a great little mini series. Old Andrew Mountbatten Windsor. Mountbatten, anyway. Just with the Sonia Deville case, according to prosecutors, he's called Thomas. I don't know if that's a surname. I can't find his full name anyway. Was obsessed with the wrestler. They say his obsession turned to anger, and he drove from South Carolina to the Bay Area with a knife, zip ties, and duct tape with the plan of kidnapping the wrestler. And things like that is worrying. And the women, just once again, and you said this before, it's bad enough for the guys. It's got to be worse for the women by multiples.
We're at a point now with AI and all this stuff where we got to be very careful to basically, I'm not saying you shut everything down. I don't know the answer. I do know the answer could be just being very careful, being very aware, never traveling alone if you can help it, especially.
Okay. So we get it. You know, they're kind of on the side of this is wrong, but maybe it is. But I also don't think
It's a little of both. I do see their point, how you got to be careful doing this. Because, maybe that's all this guy was just going to do was just do this kissing part. But he can make another AI where, like you said, he's clapping cheeks and put that all over the internet, and that could get him in trouble or could get him killed.
I mean, that stuff's already out there, though. Like,
True.
This girl to be tripping about her, first it feels like her ego is kind of big. Like, she feels, like I don't know. People are fucking deep faking Sydney Sweeney all the time, and you don't see her, making it a big deal, bro.
Yeah. But I mean, Rhea Ripley, she can pretty much defend herself, so she don't have much to worry about.
Well, I don't know, man. Guy strength is real, even between a really.
Well, true, but I mean, still. Now, like Liv Morgan, Liv Morgan, she's tiny, so yeah.
They make an emphasis on these women, though, as if there's not a bunch of creepy fucking girls or even guys trying to fuck the male wrestlers.
Well, like, if you're JD McDonald,
Jey Uso made a Instagram story. He said, I get poked in the ass at least 30 times going out of the crowd. He said, please stop poking my ass, because people were literally poking his ass, like trying to get in his butthole or something.
In my ass, oos.
So it's not like it's all these creepy ass dudes and bro, ass moms, or I don't know, dudes like dudes out there.
So that explains where the yeet come from.
Oh no.
Yeet.
We gotta stop pretending that it's only dudes going after women. Like, I know that, Tommy, you said like women going after guys, but there's actually more women going after the other women, these freaking dykes and like finger bangers.
The scissor effect.
Yeah, they're probably just as bad as the dudes.
So gay dudes going for the straight wrestlers, and it's gay women going for the straight female wrestlers. And then like this one time, it's a heterosexual guy makes some AI video. It's the end of the world.
I mean, I would find it more interesting if AJ was like, you see this deep fake of me with like, I don't know, Brazzers or some shit. And like, then it's like, okay, we can start having a conversation about that. But like, the kissing video is like completely different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I saw one time about 10 years ago when CM Punk first left WWE. I can't remember. I think it was Brazzers themselves. Like, they did tweet at him. They're like, hey, CM Punk, we know that you're not busy, so want to become a prawn star?
Bro, no shame. The It's still a shameless place, but man, that's pretty funny.
Oh man, instead of CM Punk, it's
Yo,
BM Punk.
I saw GameStop tweeted at Best Buy. They said, "Yo, I stole a chick," and it was the fucking Best Buy chick. Now works at GameStop. Oh fuck, it's pretty viral. So yeah. Anyway, let's next topic, man. This was, yeah.
I
Look,
don't know if you heard.
as long
me,
as
but,
no
like,
one's getting hurt, I don't think it's that big of a deal.
I was saying the best security for these women is the kitchen.
I know. I heard.
Oh damn! I'm Switzerland on this one. Switzerland. Oh.
Oh yeah, so I wanted to watch this John Cena interview on Pat McAfee. And this will probably be the last topic because you've been here for a while now.
I am not ready for tomorrow, bro.
Oh, I admit it. I'll bawl my eyes out. I'm man enough to admit it.
Yep, I'm a straight fangirl for Cena, bro. I'm gonna fucking.
I'm just hoping that the Gunther match will at least be something. I mean,
I'm just scared this is going to be a repeat of Goldberg.
Yeah, I was saying that they better not go to credits if Cena wants to make a speech.
Yeah, well, I don't think so because Cena's 10 times the wrestler Goldberg is.
Yeah, we agree on that Cena's way bigger of a deal, but it wouldn't surprise me if they're just like, all right, bye guys.
Because I mean, it could go one of two ways. I could see Cena getting put out with the sleeper jacket, is what Gunther calls that his new finishing hold. Because if you notice, he don't really use the power bomb that often. He puts him in that sleeper hold and wraps him up,
That's what I'm worried it's going to be a finisher.
And then, Cena will actually lose cleanly. And then after the match, Gunther might show a little bit of humanity, pick the man up, wake him up, and shake his hand, and then leave the ring and let him have the ring. That would be great. And then Cena can sit there and take in, thank you, Cena, or, we love you, Cena, or whatever the crowd's going to cheer out.
Yeah, I think Gunther should break character, at least in this moment, because he's one of those guys who are good at method acting, and he's Gunther all the time.
Or, finish number 2, he'll be in that sleeper hold, and Cena will just about touch the mat for the third time, and his hand lifts up Hogan style, and he fights back and uses the AA, the AIU, KFC, whatever the hell his finishing hold is. And 1, 2, 3, he wins the match. And then he and Gunther will shake hands and maybe even give a semi-hug. And then Gunther will exit the ring and let Cena take in the crowd for a whole 5-10 minutes, whatever, Peacock's going to allow, because it is on the Peacock network.
Yeah. It'd be a real kick in the balls is if the final boss, Dwayne Johnson, shows up tonight or whenever, not tonight.
Saturday.
Yeah, Saturday. And completely derails everything.
If it's a map.
I would be more mad at that than anything else.
Yeah. Yeah.
Don't worry. Old Dwayne will be back. He'll be back for WrestleMania season. He'll fuck up another storyline.
Yeah. Oh, there you go. He'll take on Braun Breaker, which really, that would be a little fascinating match.
Well, Braun Breaker versus The Rock?
Yeah, I could see Braun Breaker spearing The Rock out of his shoes like he did Punk at Survivor Series.
Yeah, I can see that.
I'm just skipping all this football talk.
Oh, yeah. Was it the Seattle Seagulls?
Oh, did we win last night? I fell asleep so early.
Last night. Yeah, last night was. I don't know. I didn't even watch it. I forgot it was on. Of course, after all, it is the. I don't know who the Seagulls play. I mean, the Seahawks played.
Well, apparently I don't either because I only don't watch the Seagulls. I watch the
Seahawks. And you call yourself a Seagulls fan.
Get the fuck out of here, man.
Hey, Steelers, baby. Black and gold.
That shit's rigged. Fucking
listen to this. He's still sore after all the. What's that's been all? Literally, that's been 20 years since the Steelers won against Seattle. That's hard to believe.
You fucking asshole. That doesn't mean anything to me. I was like 2 years old when that happened.
Yeah.
You can have it. If it makes you feel good, you can have it, man.
Hey, they got to the dance. They just couldn't dance.
Clearly means a lot to you, man.
Hey, when you're at the big game, you either dance or you sit the F down.
So it's
What
the big
happened?
leagues. We got another one in 2014 or whatever, 2013 or 2012. I forget.
Yeah, they finally got one. They beat the hell out of Denver. I think that was what, the second biggest blowout in Super Bowl history.
Yep.
And of course, Denver holds the record for first and second beatdown because only the 49ers beat them down by a few more points.
I'm getting some Wiener Schnitzel on Uber Eats.
You mean
My
tender?
German side.
Maybe you had to get some seagull salad.
I want some sausage and some svina.
Yeah, wonderful.
Shit.
Okay,
right.
now to the
Let's
madcap kicker that we call McAtee.
Yeah, this is early this morning, bro. This is like 2 hours ago now. John Cena was on Pat McAfee this morning. He was on First Take too, but who cares about Stephen A. Smith? That was like a month ago, though. I don't even know. It was like before SummerSlam. He was on First Take, but this is very new. All right, ready? 3, 2, 1, go.
In the WWE, he'll be taking on Gunther on Peacock at Saturday night's main event in Washington D.C. Ladies and gentlemen, the never seen 17, John Cena. Yeah! Where's Stu? Where's Stu? Oh my God!
Hey,
John Cena.
Yeah, they're there. Yeah,
Unless you stand in between us. You know?
Hold on. We gotta wait till. Your time is up. My time is now. You can't see me. My time is now.
the franchise.
I do love that.
Okay, man.
Where's that from?
I got to shout out Amberson Coffee and Grocer right here in Indy. Man, this is one of the best coffee joints I've been to. This is a to-go. They give you the glass mason jar. This is a cup of Get Up in a glass mason jar. I'm
Okay. So let's talk a little bit about your history.
Okay, history. That's just a cold transition.
OVW. No, it's not going to be a cold transition.
No,
that might be a
right,
cold
keep
coffee.
it warm. There we go.
OVW in Louisville. Okay, is obviously where a lot of this whole thing started. Rip Rogers, trainer, lives in Indianapolis, from Indianapolis. Indy has been a great hub for professional wrestling for a long time. How often have you been through our city, and how did you know about this place? It feels like you were very familiar with it. You actually yelled at me for not knowing what this place is.
I just informed you that you got quite a good coffee shop. You're like, oh man, we got good coffee in the back. I was like, man, a coffee forward place. This is Amberson Coffee and Grocery. They will change the way you view coffee.
But it feels like you've been through the city a lot.
I certainly have over the past 2 decades, especially over the past year. We came to Indy twice, so being able to do 2 runs here, that was extremely special. And later on in my career, I guess these last half decade or so, I've been around the world more than 10 times, but I haven't seen anything but the inside of arenas and airports. So I kind of changed up my philosophy of like arrive early enough to experience something. I like a good cafe because it allows you to, I like to have a coffee there and maybe some breakfast there. It allows you to see people coming into work. You get a decent view of the city or people around the city. And then I try to stay for at least a meal afterwards to try to at least, if I'm only in a place for a day, I want to actually see it. I just don't want to see the inside of the arenas that look pretty much identical. And the inside of an airport is kind of identical as well.
Yeah, you want to experience the town a little bit that you've been in so frequently. You've lived this, professional wrestlers, obviously people know you guys are on the road a lot, and it's talked about as the old school days. But I think people aren't you've been living a rock star life on the road for like 20 some years.
A traveling entertainer's life. I don't know how rock stars live. I don't want to think for them.
Okay. A traveling entertainer.
I've been on the Traveling Road Show for about 23 years now. We're hanging it up tomorrow.
Okay,
yeah,
so
I can't wear this for one more. I got one more day to wear this. I just wanted to bring the jorts out one more time.
Well, they look
amazing.
amazing.
This is the actual uniform for tomorrow too. I'm very excited.
USA.
USA,
Thank you.
USA.
It's got a lot of Easter eggs on here. A lot of stuff that's important to me. So
Well, you've been very important to the business that you've been a part of as a traveling entertainer for all these years. So I talked to Michael Cole, who I know is obviously good friends of yours as well. And he talks about wanting to retire sometime. And this guy's been on the road for 30 years. I'm like, I don't think your body will let you ever kind of step away from this type of busyness or this type of hectic or chaos type schedule. Do you think about that? Have you thought about that? Obviously, you've experienced life without the WWE. You've gone away to do some movies. This last time is Now Tour. You had 30 some jobs, which obviously was a conversation about maybe having 200 at some point, but you had 30 some. Have you thought about that? How life changes, how the schedule changes?
You put a lot into there. You are nonstop. You just wanted to talk about the projections for the tour, the idea, the actuality. You want to talk about like, are you ready for life to change?
Bingo. That's the one.
This is just my perspective. And only my perspective. I think if you get into something with the understanding that it will be forever, that might be your mindset. I'm here on borrowed time. I got defensively signed in Orange County because of the WCW WF wars. I was retained in OVW because I could be an entertaining personality to help the talent more prosperous than me fall down. They kept me around in WWE when I made my debut and failed with Ruthless Aggression. I'm used to, or I've known what it's like to walk that razor's edge, to face my mortality. And I've also a tried and true lesson that I have learned through this business, through mentorship and the business unfolding in front of my eyes, is everyone is replaceable. Everyone. So when you ask me if I'm set for the next chapter in my life without this thing that's been important to me for 23 years, my answer is yes, because this is something that I do, but it doesn't define me as a human being. I am John Cena, WWE superstar, until the bell rings at the end of the match tomorrow night. And then my role changes, but I'm still alive. I can still find curiosity in life. I can still hopefully aspire to do good things and earn a good life and feel fulfilled.
Yeah, you definitely will. I mean, we're going to dive into your acting and how great of an actor.
It also doesn't need to be monetized. I heard you say before, man, who knows what his business acumen will be? Who cares?
I'm just saying, if you decide to start investing in companies, I don't know what you're going to do.
Who cares?
You got a big brain. You got a big brain.
I just want to always keep a childlike imagination and curiosity. And as long as that happens, I'm square, man.
Okay. Well, I love to hear that. And we will talk about your acting, which is seemingly the next step, at least at this stage, and already a current step. You are so good at it. It's outrageous how good of an actor you are.
Man, that coffee's good.
You're a better actor than that coffee is good. You're not going to want to hear that. But just everything that you've done, Ricky Stanicki, not supposed to be that good. Ferdinand,
right on.
Not supposed to be.
Pat McAfee needs to get on his
First thing I
knees
ever said to you was like, I don't know if anybody's ever said this to you, but you crushed it in Ferdinand.
And no one had ever said that to me.
Peacemaker, nobody.
So
I mean,
good.
you're just everything you're in. You are great. So the next step is obviously going to be great. We can't wait to watch it. But the chaos of the life schedule, I'm excited to see kind of how you navigate it all. Now, hustle, loyalty, respect, never give up. These have been things that you've been a part of the John Cena character literally since the beginning. Have you done much reflection on career through this entire
Remember
process?
how I told you there are Easter eggs on the shirt?
Yeah.
This is never give up, and my words of what that means to me. I'm duking I'm giving you all a spoiler.
Yeah,
this is hustle, loyalty, and respect, and in my words, what that means to me. So those essentially are like core pillars or core values of my life. And they haven't really faltered over 23 years. I wasn't the same person I am yesterday. I was certainly not the same person I was in 2004, 2010. We evolve, we grow. My core values of persistence, hard work, seeking longing connection, and just respect for those who have given you opportunity and respect for the room around you, that has not faltered. So for me to be able to sneak that in on the final, which is also a nice piece of inside baseball to those who get it, Michael Cole will get it. Like I said, there's a ton of Easter eggs on this, but a lot of them are selfish. So I took some real estate for me on this one. I hope you don't mind.
Yeah, no problem. 3 losers will love it. And you don't have to apologize to me at all for absolutely anything. That's another Easter egg, I do believe, if I was to drop that accurately. But you've looked back on your career a lot? Or
No, not at all. My eyes are focused on tomorrow night. Saturday night's main event. We got a hell of a program. I'm honored to share the ring with someone who considers the mat a sacred place. whose moniker given to him is the Ring General because he commands the best out of his opponents. I know it's not going to be a walkthrough. Probably going to be some strikes. You'll probably hear some from the mezzanine section way up there. I'm really excited to have such a hungry competitor and such a build match, which has tons of anticipation. I'm also excited that we get to glimpse at the future of the business. Javon Evans, Obafemi, Leon Slater, Sol Roca, all going to be on the card against main event WWE current superstars. So this is a program with a bunch of eyes on it that's going to allow me to bow out, but I'm going to earn my way out because Gunther ain't going to go down lightly. And at the same time, it's going to provide opportunity for the future of the business. So I'll look in the rear view tomorrow, or I'll look in the rear view on Sunday. But right now, it's the night before game, man. I'm focused on Saturday.
I think Gunther is the perfect opponent for you. But that was obviously something that I couldn't imagine the decision being made. And obviously he earned it through the last time is now tournament. And he was the one who?
Orton.
Yeah, Orton,
Edge.
LA Knight, even Uso would have been better.
I don't know about Uso.
Definitely AJ Styles. That would have been they could have had a rematch. That would have been perfect.
But,
but if we're doing young talent, I know Orton Edge would be cool, but it doesn't do anything for the business. At least this does something for the business, right?
True. And that's why I wonder, will Gunther win? Or will they actually let, Cena win, but barely?
I just want Cena to have something. I want him to have a win. The reason why is because, like, normally I'd be like, let's have Gunther win so that we could push Gunther and make this a big pivotal point for his career.
Yeah, but he's already been on top.
Right. But, like, the reason why I want Cena to overpower Gunther and to conquer that one last monster is because we had him fight Brock Lesnar for no fucking reason and lose to Brock Lesnar. And I'm so sick of people beating down Superman and beating down the hero. Like, because John Cena essentially is like the Superman of WWE.
Oh, yeah.
I don't want to witness Doomsday on his last match. I want to witness All-Star Superman.
Suck. Gunther just puts his ass through a table and just walks away. Just
dude, I don't want to witness Doomsday. I want to witness All-Star Superman.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
No, I hear you, though. I hear that. I feel that, bro. It's like, damn, bro. Like, it's tough seeing your heroes lose, man, for sure.
Yeah.
And everybody goes out like, they go out putting somebody else over, and that's okay. I don't mind that.
Yeah.
But with Cena, it doesn't matter if he wins or not. He's already putting over the other opponent.
And he already put over Dirty Dom.
Exactly. So why not let him win?
Yeah, and everybody on that card, like Leon Slater for TNA, this is going to be his biggest fucking match ever in his career.
Yeah. Cena is already over all these other people. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, like I said earlier, let Gunther put him in that what I call the straight jacket sleeper, and then let the referee do the old fashioned raise the hand once, raise the hand twice, and then just as Cena's hand just about hits the mat, like maybe half an inch, the hand stops, and it starts to shake. A little bit of Hulk Hogan, and then Cena starts kicking his legs, and he lifts up Gunther, puts him backwards into the turnbuckle, hits him with the AA, 1, 2, 3, match over. Perfect.
It'd be awesome.
Yeah, perfect.
I don't know if you guys.
Hey, I gotta go get my food. I'll be right back.
I don't know if y'all saw this, but about a year ago, when Bryan Danielson retired in AEW, his plan of putting over everybody involved between Jon Moxley, the Death Riders, and Darby Allin, and like Will Ospreay, the way he planned on doing it was losing the world title to Jon Moxley, but making the Death Riders a threat. But Moxley put a bag over his fucking head and suffocated him in the middle of the ring.
Yeah.
The idea was to put over Darby Allin as the next top baby face.
Yeah.
Will Ospreay be a baby face and have the Death Riders be a scary threat, right?
Yeah, be like the Four Horsemen.
Yeah. And and the way that he did it, and the way that Tony Khan and AEW pulled it off, made it seem like more of a fucking tragic horror show, because we just witnessed Bryan Danielson get suffocated by Jon Moxley in his last match.
Yeah.
And so, like, people like hated it. I hated it, and I get what they were going for, but it's like, damn, this is Bryan Danielson. Dude's been, big shit for a long time. This isn't how he should go out.
Hero. Let him go out a hero.
Exactly. And
I mean,
go ahead.
Because he screwed up Goldberg's retirement.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
Yeah. There you go. Goldberg's gonna come out and spear everybody.
That'd be so fucking random. That would be.
Or better yet, Goldberg and Edge would show up and spear everybody.
That'd be so bizarre, having like Gunther like reunite Imperium and then have Edge and Goldberg come out.
I'll crush all three of them.
I'm sorry to tell y'all, but Imperium, one is Mexican now, and the other one is like working at Arby's or something.
Yeah. Yeah.
Giovanni Vinci, he was all bougie until he got fired.
Yes, true.
It's like he lost to Apollo Crews. Does anybody even remember that Apollo Crews is still signed to WWE?
No, I don't remember him at all.
He used to be big shit too. I thought he was going to be like the next Brock Lesnar or something.
Because what was it? Wasn't it him that brought in that real tall monster guy and then that other wrestler? Or...
Yeah, I wasn't watching during that time, so I barely vaguely remember what you're talking about.
I forget who the monster guy was, because the only time to me he generated any excitement is when he went one-on-one with the almost.
Yeah.
I mean, post. I mean,
all right, let's watch this video, and then I'm gonna have dinner and we'll call it a day.
All right.
So, what else did I want to talk about? Travis Scott. What do you guys feel about? Like, did you guys hear the news or not?
I didn't hear no news before.
I didn't hear no news about him, but
well, basically, Drew McIntyre and Logan Paul were on Logan Paul's podcast, Impulsive, and Drew McIntyre said, "Yeah, fuck Travis Scott," because they have the green light now, according to like I think James Romero and Stevie Richards. They were talking about how maybe there is a green light for superstars and wrestlers to shit on Travis Scott, because
yeah, they should.
Booker T was supposed to train him, and he was supposed to be in a 6-man tag team match. It was going to be Cena, Logan Paul, and Travis Scott, the bad guys, versus like Cody Rhodes, Jey Uso, and someone else. That was supposed to be like a WrestleMania main event. But Travis Scott never showed up to train, and they were giving him so much grace because they weren't really training him hard anyway. And
I definitely showed.
Well, like most guys who aren't Travis Scott, they got to take 50 chops. They got to fucking
look at Jelly Roll, dog. Jelly Roll put in the work.
Yeah. He's the exceptional.
And so did Bad Bunny.
Yeah. Bad Bunny, even you could say Logan Paul's a celebrity. These guys, even if they're, not your favorite person in the world,
yeah,
they still put in that work. And Travis Scott, he lives a degenerate rock star lifestyle, like Dizek, I saw your post about how, is rap music degenerate, and is it bad? And, you talk about how the industry promotes you more if you're degenerate. Like, that's why gangster rap is so prevalent, I do want to say, though, and it's something John Cena said, that when we listen to these rap songs, it's not always that I shot the police and fuck the police. It's more like my mom and my dad are my authority in my life right now, and I'm in a rebellious age of life, and so when you're kind of going through and you're growing up and you're like a rebellious person, you're either gonna start to lean towards rap, like hardcore rap, or in some cases rock and roll. But I think in this generation, it's mostly rap, and it's rebellious. You know what I mean? It's not really about murdering 12 people and flaunting your money, I guess.
Yeah.
That's what happened to me.
So yeah, let's continue this, man. So yeah, Travis Scott, he just wouldn't fucking show up. It's fucking upsetting, I guess. I'm just glad that we don't have to hear fiend, fiend, fiend.
Yeah. Oh
fiend,
my God.
fiend,
Thank
fiend,
God we haven't
fiend,
needed to.
fiend, fiend, fiend.
It's a
I always
solution
thought
for
Travis
that.
Scott was overrated.
Bro,
Yeah,
like he's got way better songs than that, but also like that song's not bad. It's just overplayed.
Yeah.
It's like it's like I don't know, bro. Fiend, fiend,
Well,
fiend. Yeah, now it's like I hate it. Like I hate the yeet because it's just overplayed.
But there's a solution for that.
God damn, Jerry. Jerry needs some breakfast, man. He fucking cranky, bro.
He agrees with my assessment about eliminating 13% of the population. To
God damn
it.
Yeah. Well, someone has to be the LA Knight in this group. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Wait a minute. LA Knight? Is that Hitler backwards?
Oh. Oh.
No wonder they've been trying to bury him.
Oh. Oh,
I don't
wait.
think it's Hitler backwards. I checked the map.
Oh, wait.
Oh, good.
I see an RKO in Isaac's future.
All right. So you held these nuts. Let's get back to it.
In the ring, earned the opportunity to be your final WWE match. Every match that you've had on this run has obviously been either highly scrutinized or highly loved. I mean, the AJ Styles thing getting added in is what everybody thinks, allegedly. Who knows what's real, what isn't with the business, dish business, you never know. But all of these decisions getting made and all the things that you're hearing, I mean, let alone the heel turn and everything like that, you seemingly do always have that whatever's good for the business, whatever's good, whatever you think mindset. Have you had that your entire run? Who was the one that basically said like, hey, your mindset should be like this? And how have you maintained that? Because as soon as you walked in here, I got mad at you because I heard the Chris Van Vliet interview where you said after you gave the AJ Styles by Alicia, who's incredible what she does, the intro, you said, I apologize because I went into business for myself and everything like that.
Yeah, the apology was by choice. I was forced by no one. It's something I had to do.
I know, and I got so mad at you for saying it. You're John Cena. You don't have to apologize to anybody, okay?
Yeah, no, I didn't feel right. I had I asked permission to do it, I'm more than likely I would have been allowed, or certainly I would have taken. I'm always in search for a good explanation. Somebody says no and then gives me a good explanation. Well, that's no. If someone has a suggestion and gives me a good explanation, that's fine. And a lot of my creative path and just adapting to the cards that are dealt is because they get dealt with a good explanation. And I don't really care about, and I said this on Chris as well, like, yeah, we can sit here and chatter about what could have been, or we can react to what is. And we can go like hell to make what is great. And what I love about the whole year now, this is something we can reflect on. The whole year was an intentional year-long story. Some moments folks liked, some moments they hated, some moments wished it'd pan out different. But that's like a microcosm of someone's existence. You know, as we go through 23 years of John Cena in the WWE, man, I wish some moments were different. I wish you had this opponent more because of the magic you had. Why did they ever book you in this angle? Why did you ever do this? It is a microcosm for what I've done. I love the fact that at least through it all, again, a small microcosm of my reality, fans loved it and hated it. Just like me. Let's go Cena. Cena sucks. This last year has been like a compacted version of let's go Cena. Cena sucks. And then the realization of like, it's almost not me. It's like all of us. We're all just kind of getting all of our emotions out, and I'm getting way too deep, and I never put a lot of focus on, man, what could have been. If somebody chooses to bail, or we no longer have this option, that's fine. The easiest indicator of this, and this happens all the time, is injury. And injury is easy because it's inarguable. Hey, this person is on the trajectory to be the man. Blown out knee. We're going to have them forfeit their spot. Somebody's going to have to jump. Nobody complains about that. What if somebody's burnt out?
Oh, I'll tell you what.
What if somebody just can't go? What if somebody's decided that, like, yo, I don't have the passion for it anymore? Would I rather keep that person on my team or just take a rest? Let's put somebody with passion and purpose in there and see what happens. But I'm not going to sweat like, oh, but we could have done great stuff. You take the time you need to get right in your own brackets. And if you never come back into our gravity, thanks for all you did for us, but let's move forward, man. Let's move forward. And I love the fact that, like, there's been so many pivots. AJ, that was a pivot. You know, Brock was a pivot. Post WrestleMania, all that stuff, pivot. Because of the pivot, I got Randy. I got Punk. I got to work with Logan in a singles match. Because of the pivot, I got
Elimination
Dom.
Chamber
I got
and Royal
AJ.
Rumble and a tag team
I got
match.
Ron Cena. I got Sami Zayn. I got Cody at SummerSlam. Like, because of pivots, I got all these great moments. Never once was I like, but it could have been this. Yo, look what we got.
Going into it, you had a thought of what it was, obviously, whenever it's getting pitched. And now that we're at the end of it, I'm talking about this tour. I'm not talking about your entire career.
Yeah. By the way, probably the same.
Yeah, I guess life, we get deeper into that if you want to. But going into this last time.
Don't wade into the water you don't want to be in.
Yeah, well, I smoke a little bit. I can get in there. The Last Time Is Now tour, though, whenever you sign up for it, that's a big emotional decision, I would assume. You know, a chapter of your life. Hey, we're actually declaring that this is going to be the last run. Now that we're at the end.
We talked about that too. This is it. Tomorrow night, this is it. I am not coming back. And I understand you only have the data before me that you go on. No wrestler retires, right? That changes with me. Whether it all changes and everybody else after me retires and decides not to come back, that's fine. What I urge fans out there, please watch tomorrow and give yourself the closure that you need. Because my biggest concern is people are like, oh no, he's going to parlay it into WrestleMania, or this match would be great. No, tomorrow night is it. And if you don't believe me, if you're not ready to take that on, you may not get the closure you want. And I just urge fans when they watch tomorrow to, like, let it all out and understand that that's it. I've come to grips with it. I look forward to tomorrow with such a positive attitude and so much excitement about, like, making that run one more time. But that's the last time. And I think that's important to say because the data before me suggests that that's not a permanent thing. Man, I've been called a lot of stuff, but very rarely am I called a liar. And I promise you I'm a man of my word on this one.
Yeah, it feels like you are taking the integrity aspect of saying this is my last time. I'm not lying to you. And it's not just you, it's a lot of traveling entertainers.
And I also don't mind the perspective that other folks have. They're entitled to that. If I could just use a couple seconds of valuable airtime and say, like, yo, at least get the closure you need. I'm good with it. I'll be fine. But I ain't coming back.
Okay, and you're going first tomorrow? I heard you said that.
That is Pizzagate, homie.
What?
Whoa. I was on Jimmy Kimmel. I said I'm ending the show. I said I normally go to bed early, but I'm going to have to stay up late for this one. I guess people didn't read between the tea leaves. Like, we're last.
Do you guys know what Pizzagate is?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's wild, homie, that he said that. No, there's still a lot of interview left. But damn, I had to pause after that.
I'm gonna hold him to it.
What do you mean?
The match should be last. That makes perfect sense because that's what they're building up the whole show around is his last match.
It should be the main event, is what you're saying.
Yeah, definitely.
I don't know. You know, WWE and TKO, maybe they feel he should be the opener.
That's fucking garbage.
No, that'd be stupid because that's what everything's based on is this retirement match. And once it's over, then what? I mean, some non-title matches, some people taking on each other, and they'll be out on the outside jerking each other off. I mean, yeah.
Right.
So
I'm
no.
gonna hold it to Cena though. Like he says that this is it. Have your closure. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm. What happens in 5 years when he shows up on a Raw or an NXT and somebody's like chicken, and then he's like,
Well,
nobody calls me chicken.
I think he's got enough money to stay long gone.
Well, I figured they'll probably bring him back. Like he might do some part-time announcing, and then maybe tease a comeback in the ring where someone comes up and like, look at you, you wuss. You don't want to get back in the ring. You want to hide behind the microphone, And then he'll actually stand up and stare him down, and then nothing.
I mean, I don't mind if he like comes by every once in a while, does an attitude adjustment at WrestleMania or something like.
Yeah, see a special appearance. That's legal.
I don't mind that, but if he like cuts a whole promo where he's like, "Oh, I feel the fire in me one more time. Nobody calls me chicken, Trick Williams or whatever."
I'm back.
Then it's like, dude, don't do that.
No, but he said he would never come back if he has nothing else to give. Like, he doesn't want to be a battered veteran like Undertaker or Shawn Michaels.
Or Ric Flair.
Yeah, these guys are battered veterans.
Flair.
Like, even Flair's still wrestling for money nowadays.
Dude, Ric Flair can take a blue chew, and he's like, I still got a world title run in me.
Like, and I don't even think Flair doesn't need the money because he gets royalties and legend contracts with WWE, right?
Flair's he should be he's pushing 90 now, isn't he?
But I saw on Twitter that he has he has health problems because he keeps fucking wrestling, doing these indie shows.
Yeah,
there's nobody there, but Ric Flair's fucking wrestling some indie wrestler, like,
and it's doing more harm than good.
Shit, dog. Like, it's fucking crazy, bro. It's like for the love of the game, like when LeBron just wants to do like play pig or play horse.
If nobody wants to wrestle me, I'll just elbow drop my blazer.
It's pretty fucking awesome, bro.
Ric Flair falls like a regular old person would fall and calls it a bump.
Hell yeah. He falls down the stairs and goes, "Good one, stairs."
You want to ride Space Mountain? Woo!
All right, let's get back.
By the way, John Cena's final match is going last.
Excuse me? Yeah, I don't know how the rumor started. I think there's I think some folks with credibility like to kick the hornet's nest every once in a while and get people chattering. And I understand we're in the age of information, so it's going to keep my attention. You're not last? Sure, that'll keep my attention for a few hot clicks. I don't even know how that started. It's difficult to conceptualize that. Again, I don't make the menu. And if I show up tomorrow and they want me to go on first, well, that's what I'm going to do. But we are last as this point.
Okay, as you should be. Cannot wait for the entire show, available on Peacock tomorrow, Saturday night's main event. But what I was leading into there was
the idea that I had about the tour and the actuality.
Yeah, and also we're here now. Like, we're at it. And you said you'll be doing a reflection thing on Sunday and all of that. But now we are at the point where it's kind of over. You're a heel for the first time ever. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm sure you thought about that numerous times, whether you're traveling or on the road, what it would be like if you were a heel. Obviously, celebrating and enjoying cities for the last time. It's like now we're the day before the final time.
Mm-hmm.
And your vibes about this last time is now entire tour. Good. You said you think you crushed it because of the pivots and everything like that. So when you lay your head down tonight and you think about it all, and I know reflections for Sunday, but when you think about it all, you're going to say, we done good here. This is a good piece of business. And you think you respected professional wrestling and your career with what has happened in this last time is now tour?
A great question. I think there are so many metrics because it's opinionative. Am I entertained or not? So if you look at the collective data, right? My goal in life is anyone that bets on me. If you bet $1 on me, I want to give you back 10. Because I know you'll give me another $1 and I get another chance. Every piece of good work is only a way to get you another opportunity. I'm not perfect with that ratio, but from an analytic company standpoint, I'd like to think we delivered. From a talent to talent standpoint, I'd like to think I delivered. From an audience participation standpoint, we had lots of folks show up, and whether the noise was bad or good, I know what apathy sounds like because I heard that real early on in my career a whole lot. I didn't hear a lot of apathy. Mm-hmm. So you got consistent chatter, return business, and the company's happy. The fans seem interested. I think the whole story of what this is yet to be told, but we're here now. So as we go into the last one, I think not only with black and white analytics and just emotional instinct, I know I couldn't have given anything else, man. I've given everything I've had, creatively, physically. Like I said, I'm waking up in the middle of the night. My wife's like, "Oh, yo, you okay?" I'm like, "No, I got this idea for a spot. I got to write it down, or I got to remember to say this in the promo, or I got to remember to suggest somebody else say this." Like, I've been 100% in. So what I do know is after tomorrow, I have nothing left to give, but I'd like to think that all parties included can say, like,
yeah,
man, it was a wild ride.
Yeah, you done good, John.
It was a wild ride.
Go, John.
Done good.
Thanks. Appreciate it. Right. From one cup of coffee to another, our to-go cups.
That's
Yours
a
is bigger
glass.
than mine.
Yeah, it looks like you got a glass of coffee and I got a cup of coffee, but that's a scene of difference, baby. That's a scene of difference. I think you've done a good job. And that whole reality
But
thing.
that's okay. And people to think otherwise is okay. Like, that's,
No, I understand that. But you
that's
talking
been
about
that's been
talking
my
about the reality
existence.
of the business is a huge deal. You know, like me having the opportunity to work in WWE for a little bit and getting to see it and then seeing what people have to deal with. Well, actually, it was somebody got sick in a city. Just something as small as somebody got sick or a flight got delayed.
That got my first match. Undertaker was sick. He couldn't make the shot. So Kurt Angle calls out a dude from Ruthless Aggression. I had to get my hair cut at 3:30, came back in and wrestled the gold medalist.
You on SmackDown?
Yeah, me on
Yeah.
SmackDown is because everybody was stuck in Saudi, so I got a chance to commentate in Buffalo. I get a call that says like, "Hey, everybody's stuck in Saudi Arabia. Could you get to Buffalo tonight?" Absolutely, I said. I
Sure.
could definitely do that. Could I at that time? No.
We'll find out.
Yeah, I had no idea, but I said yes, absolutely, I can
Yes,
get
and
there.
figure it out.
Yeah, and
And if you do good work, it'll get you another chance. It might not get you where you want to be. It might, like you had mentioned, I had an idea about what I thought this year would be, and the people who own the entity that I'm pitching, their response is like, "I like the idea. We just want to do it this way." Just because it's my idea doesn't mean it's a good idea. I got to be able to adapt. If I want to do the thing, I kind of got to be collaborative. And I think a lot of times in entertainment, especially with star-driven entertainment, we lose the idea that like it is us doing this. We are only as good as our collaboration. Your effing John Cena is a testament.
that's why I kept saying to him this morning.
That is a testament to everybody I've ever danced with. Absolutely, because I'm a collaborator. I'm not anything without them. And that includes the people in the stands. Because you let's go to DC tomorrow and don't let anybody in. You see how
COVID time, brother.
You see how raucous that match is.
Yeah.
So we're all doing it together. That's why I say like tomorrow isn't about me stepping down. It's about like sports entertainment, closing a chapter, and also opening another one at the same time. It's that last page of the chapter that folds into the next one. You get to see the future, but we're also closing this 25-year thing and taking a look at the next ride.
Yeah, but you'll be remembered then, now.
Nobody remembers
And
anybody.
forever.
dog.
Yep.
Nobody
Yeah.
nobody remembers
Yes,
anybody.
you
And
will.
that's, by the way, that's not the way it should be. Tomorrow should happen. People should be excited and emote. January comes, I need you looking at the Rumble and I need you looking at WrestleMania, because that means you're excited about the business. And in actuality, if you're excited about the business and the superstars in it, that makes every accomplishment meaningful, which makes a number like 17 meaningful, which brings me up casually in conversation when somebody's chasing down 17 and when somebody gets 18. That's how it all supposed to work. But if they're still thinking about me in January, which is 2 weeks away from tomorrow, we got to focus on what is. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate the respect, but
Yeah.
the utmost respect is to look forward and look at the future of where we're gonna go.
I understand that and I respect that. And I think you signed an ambassador deal with the WWE. So obviously the WWE still very much wants John Cena to be a part of the family. Will forever, because you're fucking John Cena. Okay, so as you need to remember forever.
In a different role.
Yeah, before the boys ask their questions for you, final one for me is, can you tell me about Stu a little bit? I obviously know Stu. Everybody that's been in WWE knows Stu.
So
You talk about dancing partners. What a perfect tag team partner for you.
So first of all, again, you hear me say this a lot. Nobody does it alone. Honestly, all these memorable moments that we have, there's a partner attached and more partners attached. I'm talking about like Dega Catering, who feeds us, all the folks behind the scenes. I was told not to break the fourth wall, not to talk to the camera. So I said, fuck it, I'll talk to the cameraman. Look right over the lens and Stu's there. And we got a whole crew of camera folks and people that make this live event look the way it does. A whole TV truck of folks that shoot the cuts and make our stuff a lot better than it is. Everybody in that room over there, making sure we all look good. And every time I say, let's go to work, those men and women have already been hard at work, making the show awesome before the first bump is even taken. So Stu is kind of a conduit to my conversation, not only to the audience out there, because I'm stealing a way to break the fourth wall, but it's also me talking to the folks that I care about who never, ever, ever get to be in the center of a ring and have the audience go, fantastic. But without them, we are worthless.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
WWE crew is the greatest.
It is the greatest.
They are the greatest people. And a lot of them, you talk about traveling entertainers, a lot of them have been on the road for 30 years.
And do it because it is what they love to do, because they're not getting applause, man. They're not getting any of that. They just show up and hustle. Like,
you're talking about pre-show routines to keep the body loose now, because that's how long they've been around. You're talking about prepping before the thing, all the camera people, the people in the truck, the lighting, I mean,
just the time,
the greatest people.
The time under tension I've spent with these people over 25 years. Like, man, I know them. We're all, it's a family business. Like you spend so much time around these people, you just get to know them.
What if Stu tomorrow just punches you in the face from the camera? Says, you know what, actually, I'm sick of this thing.
Stealing my
So if he throws a Ohio right and he connects, I'm going to tell him, I've been with him 25 years. He hasn't learned to work and punch. Taught you nothing.
Hey, nobody talks about the old standard punch. Sandro's good
Taught
punch.
you nothing.
All right, let's the boys have some. Go ahead, Con Man, Boston Connor.
Yeah, John, speaking of too, I love the last fit. I'm hoping that maybe it's because you're, rushing the passer for the Patriots on Sunday after your match.
You can look through whatever lens you want to, my friend. I'm glad you like the style.
Yeah, perfect. All right. Well, then I'm going to just hold on to that hope until 1 o'clock on Sunday. But speaking of, Stu and Michael Cole and kind of the tribute videos, like, what do you feel when you see stuff like that? Because a lot of it is awesome. All the
and you gave lottery tickets to a lot of people. That's because you're fucking John Cena. Okay, so you
That's
need to
what
know
the
that.
business does, man.
2.5 decades into this, and we are living the luckiest life of all time. But it does feel as if everybody in this business, old school and new school, all appreciate you. You've gone through. I know you said if you want to pay the ultimate respect to me, you continue to watch and look forward to what the next generation is. You're trying to put over a lot of NXT talent. And
Wake
whenever
up, Jerry.
Sol Ruka's
I'm
flip
awake.
stunner is, or flip cutter off the corner is insane. I think she did off the top rope too. People are going to lose their mind. Javon Evans is outrageous.
Kid's real, dog.
He is outrageous. Oba is insane. I mean,
presence.
Yes, he certainly is. So I appreciate the fact that you are utilizing your last platform, your last big one, to put over the future of the business. But the business has changed mightily since you got into it.
Sure.
There is a different world, different time from the Unreal situation going on with Netflix, which I think you and I kind of viewed it the same. I don't want to say I'm old school in this business, but I didn't necessarily love the thought of what Unreal was.
Coming from the guy who filmed me backstage, just kept filming all the time. I'm like, yo, man.
That was Foxy. That was
Is
Foxy.
there any like, hey, you
where's this going? Yeah.
Yo, man.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
I don't know.
Did you ever see that film anywhere? Okay. Anyways, on that note, we protect this business. So, but with the Unreal, with the streaming platforms, with how global it is, like, how do you feel about the state of the business? And what do you think about the future of it whenever it comes to creative stars of the future? What's going to happen? Like, how long can the WWE continue to do this? How long can wrestling continue to do this in your eyes with the current state of everything?
So I honestly believe that live entertainment has a strong future. We don't know what the advent of new technologies will bring, but man, I think humans want to see humans do stuff. And I think WWE and sports entertainment's in a real good spot. I think people like getting together in groups. And the more we do this all day, the more maybe we want to get together in an arena or stadium and just emote and lighten our backpacks a little bit. I think WWE is in a great spot to do that. The talent roster is deep. I mean, we used to look to the bullpen. It used to be only a couple guys on the bench. Now we got people elbowing for spots. Like, we are deep, and it has never been a better time. If you're one of the active participants, it's never been a better time to be a WWE superstar. You get paid the most it's ever seen to train. You get paid the most numbers that I couldn't even think about. the guys are making now to draw money. I mean, it is, you can make a vocation out of it in a short period of time. It's approaching that athlete's window where if you do your 5-year deal, if you do the small 3-year deal and then an extra one, gosh, you will never know want. And it used to be more incentivized. I think they're taking better care of the talent, but who's to say if that is good or bad? I prefer to be incentivized. I prefer to like go out there and create interest, but I don't know because I've never been on the other model. We're working less events. I prefer to get that in-season groove, but I don't know the alternative. And I love the create more demand, which creates more excitement. Like everything has a good explanation behind it. I'm not the biggest fan of Unreal, and I've told the producers of Unreal that, but I also say, hey, just because I don't like it doesn't mean it isn't right. The business, the consumer wants more, and they want to show behind the scenes. So they're just going off of what they know, and we're trying to give the consumer what they want. I saw every episode, so who's really wrong? And I'm excited for season 2, so who's really wrong? But just because it makes me feel uncomfortable, if it's a success, maybe I got to look in the mirror and ask myself, okay, what about me doesn't feel comfortable with this? There's what I love about, to answer, never been a better time than right now. There have been the golden era, the boom of the attitude era. This is like sustained, incredible growth through all platforms and expansion and more content and allowing people to get out there and do what they do. There's never been a better time. The way we recruit is different with the NIL program, so we can get people who maybe didn't, you didn't love wrestling all your life, but you can be drawn into it and fall in love with it as a second mountain. It is incredible. And what I love about it most is I was always taught in the business, especially when I started gaining traction, swing big. Do not be afraid to swing big. And just because I personally don't get a lot of the swings, when I hear a comment like, I'm old school, what I hear is, I don't want to adapt. That's all I hear. I like the way it was, and I don't want to adapt. And if you want to look deeper into that, you can be like, okay, well, really what I'm saying is like, I like discipline, or I like coaching this way, and I'm not accustomed to this way of how we're doing it. I get all that. We can dig deeper on everything. But when I hear somebody say I'm old school, it's they just don't want to adapt. They like what was. So it's time to move on. As far as being in the business, never been a better time. But here's the kicker. The biggest challenge now is on the business, is on the men and women out there performing, because boy, have they had some large shoes to fill. We got to keep growing, and we got to keep prospering. And I don't know if a lot of folks have seen hard times. A lot of folks have seen a house 12% filled.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? So having gone through that, you feel great about where you're leaving the place. But the kids now, they don't know shows that aren't sold out, and they don't know, selective noise and like again, 10% draw of an arena. But they got, it's their lottery ticket. Their lottery ticket is like, best time ever, work hard to keep it up. So I'm interested to see where it goes. I mean, the consumer chatter is an all-time high. Engagement's at an all-time high. We're in a real good spot. I'm excited for the future.
Yeah, you've done a great job with your time. And the baton is obviously well carried whenever you were carrying it. Excited to see the next generation of superstars take it to the next level. That's always the goal for this business. Ty has a question for your next business.
Yeah, in terms of your acting career, I read an article, I think it was earlier this week, and it was maybe one you did with Variety or Vanity Fair or something like that. And it was when you were, I don't remember if it was 12 Rounds or The Marine or whatever it was, but you were filming over in Australia. Didn't really love the experience, because it was a lot of, hey, we need you here by this time. And then you get there and then you just wait. And I think you talked to either your business partner or someone, and the decision was basically made like, hey, we're done with this for now, right? At some point in that.
I want you to finish the thought because I want to jump in a bunch here, but I want to hear you out.
And this might go back to what we were talking about a little bit earlier with who knows whether that's accurate or not. But so then you have that hiatus where you're not acting and it's all WWE for a while. At what point did you, if that is true, at what point in your career, when you are established, one of the biggest superstars in the history of professional wrestling, at what point did it go off where it's like, you know what, maybe I do want to dip my toes back into acting, and I want to kind of go in full bore with this, knowing that you had it made in the shade in WWE. Like, you didn't have to do that, but it was something that maybe you found like a new passion for. You're like, you know what, I actually could be really good at this.
So the statement is great. The question is great. A lot of what I'm hearing the way you describe your question is it was my choice. It was not at all. I did the Marine as a young 20-something superstar who went from going from city to city with audiences and arenas chanting your name and going bonkers. Like while I was in Australia filming the Marine, all I thought about was wrestling. So my passion wasn't in it. I was uninvested. And in doing so, I was also unprofessional, which made me unreliable. Then I kept doing movies, and the reason I did the Marine and did 12 rounds and did all these movies was a business model. WWE Films was supposed to make us movie stars so more people go through the turnstiles, which means more noise and more excitement, and we needed that at that point. I didn't do movies because I wanted to do the craft. I did movies to sell more tickets. So something's going to suffer. Yes, we might sell more tickets, but the movies are going to suffer because I wish I was in Nassau Coliseum or Rosemont Horizon.
Yeah, those
not
movies did
on
suck.
a movie set, twiddling my thumbs, waiting for them to blow something up. My mind was elsewhere. I wasn't present. So when you say, oh, you and your business partner said, we're not doing this anymore. No, my best friend and manager, I can't even call him manager because I don't like the term. My best friend, Dan Boehm, who's been side by side with me for over 2 decades. I looked at him and said, after doing a bunch of shitty movies, and said, yo, we're never going to do movies again, aren't we? And this is the guy whose job is to hunt for film. He turned to me and said, no, we're not. But don't worry about it. We're going to find another way. And we did. I started hosting live shows. I started hosting game shows. I started doing cameos on TV shows, little quick hits. I read the news, stuff to keep me engaged, to keep my skills sharp. Just why I want to be an ambassador for the WWE. I don't want to lose the pulse. I want to keep that sharp because there's passion there. And then I got a lottery ticket. Somebody wanted me to come and audition. And I was a little older, a little wiser. And finally, I said, hey, man, if you say yes to this, we talked about this off camera. I want to be an actor. All right, put the same passion and elbow grease beside it as when you said I want to be a wrestler. What did I do when I said I want to be a wrestler? Back in Kentuckiana, I bought as many tapes as I could. I invested in my appearance. I kept myself lean, strong, always looking to improve, go extra practice. Put that amount of effort into this and just see where it goes. And do that over repeated amounts, and the law of compounding interest should yield. But I didn't say like time to get back in the movie biz. No, somebody bet on me. And I approached it with the passion to give them $10 back. And that happened. So somebody else bet on me. And I tried to give them $10 back. And like I said, I ain't perfect, but nowadays, if you were like, yo, man, we could do this over Zoom. Fuck no, we do it face to face.
No, the fact that you flew all the way out here the day before your last,
but this is
we are obviously very thankful for it. But when I was being told you were going to fly out here, I was telling WWE people, I was like, no, just tell him he doesn't have to. And you're like, no, we're definitely doing it.
Yeah, because I want to be good for you guys. I want to be good for the show. I want to be good for our show. You're an advocate for the business. Hell, you're a co-worker. You know what I'm saying? So again, y'all gave me an opportunity, and I'm just trying to give you back 10. You know what I'm saying? So I learned from my mistakes early on of like, your heart wasn't in it. And if you try to put as much effort as you put into this thing that you truly love, then love it. Love what you now do. Don't, a lot of New Year's resolutions gonna be, I want to get in shape. Fucking do it. One foot in front of the other and start grinding. Like, I want to eat more healthy. Do it. I want to drink less. Do it. Like, you gotta approach it with passion and commitment. And I didn't have that. And I can say that because I got a lottery ticket. And I, honestly, without that ticket, I would still say that. Like, that's where I missed. But from my failure, it was a huge takeaway of like, man, you got a chance to do something. Let's see where it goes. And I'm not going to be perfect. I'm going to make bad movies. Like,
I doubt it.
No, man.
Yeah. I don't think you are.
Just like I'm going to have bad matches. This whole year is, hey, this is great. This sucked. This is awesome. Why is he booked in this? It happens. It happens, man. But if you give all you can, I at least have, like, the sleep is sound. I've done all I can. The sleep wasn't sound because I knew my heart was elsewhere. That's a great question, but you understand how, like,
for sure,
you're like, oh man, and then you just said, no, I'm not doing this anymore, and then you just said, like, I'm doing it again. It was not like that.
Well, we want to let you know that whatever lottery ticket brought you into whatever business, we're thankful for it because we've enjoyed the hell out of watching you. Thank you for your commitment to our entertainment.
What a cup of coffee.
Great glass of coffee that you had there, but also incredible run in one particular business that we all love. Can't wait to see whatever you do next. Can't wait to watch tomorrow night on Peacock.
That's what we're here
nights,
for. Please
main
watch.
event.
Please watch tomorrow night.
For the love of everything holy. Tomorrow night, Cena will dance for one final time with Gunther.
Let's almost go to work.
Hey, I want to let you know.
Give me a hell yeah.
You can wrestle. You can wrestle.
For one more night.
Yeah.
After that, I cannot. You were all right. I cannot after that.
Ladies and gentlemen, the GOAT, John Cena.
Well, that's the interview. This is just a tribute, I guess.
Yeah, that was on WWE's YouTube page. So yeah, you might get hit for that.
Well, yeah, it was even muted for them, so
Yeah.
they probably got hit. But
You've already been zapped before, so
yeah, Pat McAfee probably he may or not have got permission, but YouTube, it's not even a person reviewing when someone gets copyright strike. It's their AI is so
Yeah.
trigger happy, I guess you could say. Well, you guys looking forward to John Cena's last match?
I am.
I'm not ready to grow up, man.
Oh,
I know, right? Like,
I'll lose my fucking mind when the match is over.
As I just hope, like, whatever I feel, it is sadness or joy or thankfulness. The one thing I'm scared to death that what I'm going to feel is anger and apathy. That's what I don't want to feel.
See, to me, as long as it's a decent time of a match, at least 20 minutes, maybe even 30. But if it turns into like a Brock Lesnar squash match, under 5 minutes, I'm going to be pissed.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. This is something that I know that he's a company man. He's talking, a lot of lip service about how good everything is.
Yeah.
I mean, even if this is the best show ever, there's a high chance that once Cena's gone, there is going to be a dark age of WWE. Because the interest will decline. The booking has not been perfect. It has not been great. There are no real big stars that are being built up. Everybody is on their way out the door.
Yeah.
Between Logan Paul, who's still in his prime, who is not committed, people like Cody Rhodes and CM Punk pushing 40 and not going to be there very long. It's Lesnar, Roman Reigns are also big names all the way. Like they're about to be out the door. Like there's nobody being built up to the level that could be the next John Cena. We almost had it with Reigns a couple times.
Yeah, almost. I mean, Braun Breaker's about as close as you're going to get.
And they're not doing it.
I think Reigns is bigger than Cena, if not equal.
No, I agree, but like,
on some levels, yeah.
But like I said,
the stock market blew up when Roman Reigns was on TV, man.
Right, but Reigns has only got a couple of years on him too, and he's out the door.
Yeah, but then it'd be more like, I think I'd feel, because right now I feel old, like you said, I'm not ready to grow up, and then seeing Cena retire, it's kind of one of those moments where it's like, wow. That was a long time ago that I started becoming a fan, and I know Jerry's like, "Oh, you're still a baby," you know what I mean? Like he's Master Yoda. Like
I ain't saying nothing.
When reach 900 years old, yeah, I don't even know.
You think you are? You are.
Look as good you are not. See, Jerry's he's actually seen the Dark Ages, so
Yeah.
More than once, probably.
Yeah.
He's an old wizard. He's been here before.
Yeah.
But no, like, so from my limited experience in life right now, it is kind of sad, but also there's a lot to look forward to, I think. And I think I'm gonna be, I'm usually the pessimist, I'm usually the negative guy, but I think this time I have a positive feeling about this. Like, I want to see all the new talent, and of course, we want to pay tribute to Cena. And as long as
Yeah.
it's respectful, then yeah, like Jerry said, Gunther should put him up, pick him up. He doesn't have to put him on his shoulders and carry him everywhere, but like lift, help
put
him
him
up
through,
if you do
put him
beat
through
up.
hell, but let him win. I mean, let him really earn the win,
Yeah.
and then you'll still have respect in the end.
Yeah.
I mean, if there's anything for me to take away, even if I absolutely hate it, one thing I can take away is that it was a privilege to have been alive and to be a fan while John Cena was around. Because you think about it, like whenever The Undertaker retired, I hated the way The Undertaker retired because he basically set his boots in the middle of the ring in front of a bunch of fucking monitors in the middle of the pandemic. And Undertaker was one of my favorites growing up as a kid. And we witnessed like 3 generations of Undertaker fans. And it's just like, wow, I can't believe how lucky I was to be a fan while The Undertaker was still wrestling, because my kids are not going to know what that's like.
Right. That's a good point.
There's younger generations that are not going to know what it's like to have Randy Orton, John Cena, Samoa Joe, AJ Styles, Bryan Danielson, right? Hell, you and I, Tommy, we didn't have the opportunity to witness the Attitude Era whenever it was first.
I did. I was in my 20s.
Or even the territories with Jake the Snake Roberts, Ricky the
when I was in
Steamboat Dragon.
When I was a teenager.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I got to see Andre the Giant live. I mean, got to see Dusty Rhodes and Ric Flair in a cage. I mean, the Rock and Roll Express, the Road Warriors.
Yeah. For us, that's like mythology. Like we see clips of that on YouTube.
I only see them in video games and lore.
Like, look at that dude! What the hell? Must have been something back in the '80s. Yeah.
Yeah.
You should have been there. Yeah. I gotta stop doing that. No.
Hey, it's all good, man. Well, thank you guys for joining me.
No problem.
Irish Whips and Arm Drags podcast. I don't even know if what we should call it like in the future, man. This is pee pee poo poo time.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. We'll see what happens tomorrow.
Yeah, no, but because I do want to, evolve this podcast to be separate from all my other content. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Call it Pussy Whipped and Drag Queens.
Yeah, go
Stick
fuck
to yourself.
yourself. Fuck
Stick
you,
to
man.
yourself.
All right. No, I'm not actually mad. It's all good.
Oh, damn.
Well, I'll see y'all later, man.
Alrighty.
I'm going to be live streaming. Well, I hope to be live streaming tomorrow. I don't have Streamlabs, so I can't invite y'all, so I'm sorry. But I would if I did. But I'll probably live stream on YouTube watching the Cena's last match. So
I believe there's a way to do it on Streamlabs or Stream or OBS Stream. Like, I haven't figured out how to do it, but I think StreamYards makes it the easiest.
yeah, that's I haven't figured it out in OBS either, and that's what I usually use. But regardless, I'll be even if I don't stream tomorrow, there's a chance I might not because I might be late or something. I don't know, but I plan to stream tomorrow, and even if I don't, I'll make a video.
Yeah, hell yeah, man.
I'll watch it.
I got hella work. So I'm moving on Saturday from New Mexico to Florida. So
Yeah, we
that's why
know.
I
We know the
wanted-
reason why.
I just wanted to get this. What does that mean?
You're gonna change your name to Tommy the Cuban Hitman Halter.
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah. I'm gonna go in my villain era, my villain arc.
I thought he was gonna change his name to Tommy White.
Yeah, right.
He's gonna be like Chavo's 2006
Well, anyway,
character, Erwin
Oh,
White.
Tommy Guerrero.
Fuck. Anyway, I wanted to get at least some content out there, something to work on when I
Yeah.
finally get set up.
Yep.
So thanks for joining me.
Because you'll be living in Beardo's home state. That's scary.
Yep.
Yeah,
I'm not too
careful.
close to them. They're up in Orlando. I'm gonna be in Miami.
Yeah,
Oh,
'cause
you're going to the place where all the Latinas are.
Yes, I'm
No,
gonna.
see,
I'm
my
gonna.
buddy Joe Rosie lives in that area, so
Yeah, I'm gonna. Holla at some Latina girls.
yeah, so you fit right in.
Exactly.
Yeah, be careful about the Gators, bro.
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
Especially with my dog, I don't want her getting eaten by a gator.
Yes, yeah. That's why I'll stay where I'm at. There's no Gators here,
Yeah,
unless there's a Florida fan somewhere.
there's a few Gators where I'm at because it's close to the bayou, close to the Gulf of
Hmm.
America, and so we got a few Gators here. They're leftovers from Louisiana.
Hmm.
Uh,
Cajun country.
Yeah,
But he's in Texas, so that's interesting.
yeah. I'm close to the coast. I'm on the third coast, so
Yeah.
but
So you must be down around the port near the Houston Port Arthur area then.
I'm near the more LaPorte, but Port Arthur's a little bit north of where
Yeah.
I'm at. So
Okay, because I got a friend of mine lives in
South
Port
Texas.
Arthur.
yeah, I'm from
That's
the
what's
dirty
up.
South, bro.
That's what's up, man. Texas is fucking huge, bro.
Thank you.
Yeah, because what you'll be the second person that I know of moved from the west to Florida. Because X-Wing, he went from Vegas, and he
Yeah.
lives in Florida now.
Yeah, I've lived a couple places now, but I don't know. We'll see. I want to test out Florida for at least a year. I have a lease, so
Right. Yeah, remember this time though, you won't have the dry heat. You're going to have humidity.
that's a good point.
Yeah, there's humidity here too. It fucking sucks.
Yep.
Okay, guys. I'll read my Instagram messages later. I need to check every meme Jerry and Isaac sent me. So
Yeah.
I'll do that on the road when I'm driving. 'Cause it's gonna be a long drive to Florida.
Well, be safe, bro. Because
Yeah, be safe.
That's treacherous, and you're gonna go through Texas, yeah.
Yeah, probably.
There is hours of fucking nothing. So
I know. Yeah, but the
Yeah.
good thing is, my dad's helping me move, and I'll just be watching or listening to podcasts with him. So
all right. Be safe anyway, though.
yeah, no, it
Yeah.
definitely we've done these road trips type, moving situations before, man. But yeah, usually it wasn't a choice. It was like, oh, I have to go move in with my grandma because I'm fucking up with my dad. But now it's like I'm older, more responsible. It's like
Yeah.
I'm not gonna throw a party at this apartment, Dad. Don't worry.
Hmm.
That's why you moved to Miami.
Yeah, well, I'm not gonna throw a party there. I'm just gonna lurk. I'm just gonna lurk, bro.
It's like,
I mean,
I'm
let's see.
definitely not gonna have a party in this apartment, even though I moved to the party capital of the fucking state.
Yeah, no, it's I don't know. It's like I don't know. Maybe Rockstar Games is like poisoned my mind because I played hours and hours in GTA 5, so I lived in LA, and now I'm going to Miami when GTA 6 is coming out.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, I don't know. It might not be for long. I usually don't settle down anywhere, but I don't know. We'll see how long it goes.
Well, we'll be right here. and these
Yep.
little boxes waiting for you.
Yep. Yeah, because occasionally I send Isaac some videos on Instagram.
He sends me a lot. I'll wake up
Yeah.
at like 3 every day.
Yeah, I tend to go overboard because of what mood I'm in.
You created a whole group chat, Jerry. What the hell? Like you
Yeah,
were like,
I did that. I did that by accident. I was trying to send everybody this one particular video,
Oh yeah, and then you sent it to everybody at the same time.
and somehow I created a fucking group out of it. And I was like, I was sitting there talking to John. I'm like, well, hi, John.
Fuck yeah! I noticed I was in a group too with Beardo, and I was like, "Who the fuck?" I don't even know what's going on here.
Jerry had a boomer moment.
Well, shit,
Yeah.
it might be a fire group chat. I don't know. Man. I haven't checked.
Well, I've heard Beardo talk about you all the time, so.
Yeah, man, me and Beardo are good buddies, man.
And I love giving him a hard time because he's always convinced I hate his guts. I don't.
Oh yeah, you gotta give him shit, man. You gotta give him shit.
Well, real quick, what it stems on. One time I was watching Bro Science, and he knows I have 3 cats. And one day out of the blue, he started talking about how he thinks cats should be eliminated because they cause that toxic plasmosis.
Yes.
And I was pissed.
Damn.
I mean, if you don't like cats, it's one thing. I have real life friends that don't like cats. Now, granted, they're not allowed in this house unsupervised, but they're still my friends. But when Beardo said that, that pissed me off royal. And for a while, I didn't talk to him at all. And finally, he's like, so what did I do? And I wrote in the chat, I said, what the fuck do you think you said? And then X-Wing called him out. He goes, you talked about cats.
Damn.
And, yeah.
Toxoplasmosis is a real thing, though.
No, I
It is a real
understand your
thing.
defensiveness. You know, I kind of get
Yeah.
upset.
Because, well, I mean, because you'll give some fucking idiot ideas. They're like, oh, I mean, they're going to go out and start eliminating cats. You know, you're going to kill some little
jeez.
kid's pet. You know, shit like that. You don't think
Yeah,
about
it's,
that.
It's just a hateful thing to say. You know.
Yeah.
It's-
And, if I could have reached to the phone,
But
I
yeah,
would have.
Beardo, but you know, Beardo's just fucking around. You know, just
True,
being-
but
he's
still.
a
it's
savage
just-
for fun, the way I'm a savage for fun. You know, like, he doesn't care. It's
Of
funny.
course,
He says fucked up shit. You know, but then
Yeah.
he won't say "God damn it." You know, it's just.
Well, that's
But I
true.
get
See,
it.
I won't use that word either. But I mean, that's the only cuss word I won't use. But any other word, fuck it, I'll use it.
Right.
Yeah.
You know.
I understand the superstition, you know, like I
Well-
I went to a Catholic school and all like man, none of those motherfuckers followed that book. You know what I mean? It's
I know what shit you're saying.
like I'm pretty sure the priest, like one of our priests, like stole money from the church and then he like dipped to India or some shit.
Damn.
It was crazy.
Uh-oh.
Oh, the land of no hamburgers.
So
Oh.
you know, yeah, I don't know. I don't know if we should thou shalt not say the Lord's name in vain. You know, that I now understand the commandment. I know the
Yeah.
scripture, but I still say it because I'm a fucking human.
Yeah,
And
well, I'll
Jesus will
say-
have to forgive me when I sin again.
Yes.
You know, I'll say hot damn or oh damn, but unless I'm singing a song that uses that particular word, I won't say it.
Right.
Mm.
I do the same thing with the N word.
Right.
Yeah, same here. I just don't see the point in using the N word because, hell, even when I was younger, I didn't see the point in using it.
Well, I'm half Latino, and Latinos just use the N word because I don't know why. It's just part
Yeah.
of the
Hmm.
vocabulary.
As long as you're not white.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
I'm half
quarter
white, though.
Hispanic, so I could probably get away with "ne," but like that's about it.
Yeah, you can say nig, and then Tommy can say
I got plenty of black friends too, so just out of respect for them,
And I'll just
usually
sit there
I
and
don't
look
say it,
shocked.
But even my black friends are like, "That's my ninja Daisy." I'm like, "Yeah, I
Yeah,
am. I'm one of
ninja.
y'all."
I'm one of you all.
Y'all.
I'm
That's
the
you
white,
and plus 12.
the white sheep of this black herd.
Oh, damn.
I too
Oh,
have
yeah.
6 baby mamas.
I too like basketball.
How
I
about
haven't
that
said
Michael
it, man.
Jordan? Am I right?
Oh shit.
Oh damn. See, John missed all the fun.
I'm one of those rare white people who likes spice on his food.
Oh
You know
damn.
what? I'll have sex with a black woman. Just like,
We gotta draw a line somewhere.
hey, yo.
Hey.
There's nothing wrong with little brown sugar.
Hey,
Just
man.
saying. Just saying.
Yeah, but like shit, man, I could go to a zoo instead.
Oh. Yeah. Oh.
All right, well, this is over. Let's stop recording.